Ladies and gentlemen, people of all varieties, it is time for Slam versus ACCM. There you best of 7 sponsored by Mshuggah. All right, let's get things started. Here we go. In blue, Slam is going to be in the East for Game 1, playing as the Vikings. ACCM is going to be in the West, playing as the Incas.
Yum.
Was there a draft? I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that this was played last night, which would have been on July 1st. Or was that earlier today? Technically July 2nd. Depends on what part of the country and what part of the world you're in. Most people, it would have been July 2nd. But regardless, this is for $500, sponsored by Mshuggah. It's a best of 7, all on Arabia. So, thinking about our matchup for Game 1, Incas versus the Vikings. Vikings, of course, with a really strong economy. They have free wheelbarrow, free handcart, and the Incas do not really have a great eco bonus in response to that, other than their stone gathering bonus. So I think it's a bit of a mismatch in favor of Slam. I think Slam has a much stronger eco, or much stronger civ. His eco bonuses will almost definitely pile up. Looking at the maps, Slam's got really forward stone. He has a rear main gold and a rear secondary gold. His other secondary is kind of exposed on the front of his map. Although, if like I say the front of his map, because I mean, if I'm Slam, I'm gonna be thinking that my opponent's going to be over here. Probably not right over here. This feels a little close. There's actually only a single wood line between the two town centers. So it'll be interesting to see if Slam decides to use this wood line as his forward wood line. ACCM's map, he's got forward stone as well, and a forward gold, and berries, and this is a really awkward main gold on top of that, and could also be ranged by like a single tower on a wood line. Neither player, pardon me, ACCM at least, doesn't have a rear wood line, and Slam, you could say this is a rear wood line. He should be able to wall that in and get a trapped wood line. ACCM will not have that privilege. He's going to be taking external wood line. So we will see how that factors in. Definitely a weird spawn for sure. I am not digging the complete silence. So I'm going to put the AoE 2 soundtrack on very, very, very quietly in the background. Just so I have a little bit of ambience. Folks on YouTube, you will have that from the beginning, I think. So. Let's take a quick peek at the Fog of War for Slam here. As the Eagle is coming in, it's not going to make it in time to block. Slam is also taking a peek around his opponent's base. And he's going to have both of his boar safe and sound under his town center. Not going to have to worry about any kind of blocking or interference from the Eagle from ACCM. So ACCM with 4 on wood and 4 on berries. And a barracks going down here at 19 pop. So it's looking like it's going to be man-at-arms from both players to open. A little bit loud still. There we go. Right down the middle. So, of course, you got to worry about the Eagle Warrior. It has that one extra damage attack output that it can do. And so like villagers can't take it even with Loom. the eagle will win, so you always have to be careful to brick wall in. Looking at the walls for ACCM, I'm thinking somewhere around here, following along like that gold path. And I kind of like ACCM's base, actually. The more and more I look at it, although this gold like sucks, it's not that bad. Should be able to trap that stone, and then have your trap main stone and gold. Although ACCM is going to funnel wall to the TC there, and it looks like Slam's gonna kind of go for a choke on the front of his base, which is fine too. Slam's kind of positioned in a corner, which is really nice. Being positioned in a corner is like super strong. It just makes it so much easier to get your walls up when you just have to build like two and you're not worried about chaining things together. Slam's going to pick up on the Drush Man-at-Arms coming out. Well, it's supposed to be Man-at-Arms from ACCM. I had some extra C's in there. I don't know why. Neesalami, how you doing? So Slam, this is one nice thing about getting your Men-at-Arms out like this first, is that you're going to be able to... Ooh, and Slam actually made an extra militia there. I don't know if that was intentional. Oops, pardon me. Don't know if that was intentional or he wants to have the one-up in this fight here. And they actually look like they've decided to not attack each other. Man-at-Arms coming in just slightly earlier for ACCM. Yeah, this is actually the better... I feel like this is actually a good choice from Slam. Because let's go forwards and try and find damage with this. Well, because ACCM is going to do this. This is really the better play for both players than to try and get the one-up in that interaction. Because Slam had numbers. ACCM can't be sure when Man-at-Arms is going to kick in. And meanwhile, that's a bad fight for Slam because Man-at-Arms for ACCM. So it's just better for both of them to go forwards the way they are. It's the better strategic decision for both players here. It's definitely getting some value already as Slam is idling a few villagers on this wood line. Meanwhile, I'd say Slam's getting some value as he's pushed ACCM off of... Did we just lose a villain there? Yes, we did. There's actually a dead villain there, so Slam with the Vill pick. Like, I heard it go down. I just wasn't sure. Maybe it was an archer that had popped out. We definitely didn't lose a Vill on Slam's side. And Slam's got to be careful here. Four Men-at-Arms in your base is definitely not something you want to deal with. Slam's taking some HP hits on his scout. I would prefer to get this out of here at this point. You've got 4 Men-at-Arms anyways. Just get it out of here. And Slam's got one more villain there. See if he can get a second one. There's not any really weak enough to go down. There was another villain there. Was that 1, 2, 3 vills? Holy mackerel. Eco KD, yeah, it's 4 kills. 4 kills for Slam. Looking back over here, meanwhile, Slam is wiped up ACCM's Man-at-Arms with his own archers. So sick feudal play here early on from Slam. This wall has gone up. Make this much easier to defend. And the concept of a wall exists here, even though the construction of it hasn't begun yet. No fletching for either player yet has come in. Neil Fez says he just got home to his flat bathroom ceiling leaking. Ooh. That's unfortunate. Sorry to hear that. So, archers from both players going forwards now. ACCM's walled on the side that Slam's going to. Slam's open, though. Yeah, archers are going to get in from ACCM. And fletching still hasn't kicked in. Slam has fletching. And we'll check on Slam's archers in a second. They're just kind of chilling outside that wall. They're going to get trapped outside that wall. While ACCM is going to find damage with these in the form of idle at the very least, and probably this picked Vill. I don't think Slam's going to be able to save that villager. Yeah, nice pick from ACCM there. And if he can get away with these 3 archers, I think he'll consider that worth it, and he's just going to run away. Easy peasy. Yeah, water leak in the bathroom is a better place to have it than a lot of other places. Usually because it's it'll have that insulation, that waterproof barrier. So Slam with the skirmishers coming out. So although it sucks, it at least will be contained in theory from other places more than it would be otherwise. Slam's gonna be thrown. Slam's gonna be throwing away these archers. Those are dead. You got nothing out of those. I think the best decision, yeah, for Slam is gonna be to go back at this point. ACCM maybe feeling the pressure to go forwards. Villager count's currently 37 for Slam to 33 from ACCM. Slam thought he was behind at this point. I think it was because of this. Like, if I'm Slam, I feel like getting pushed off of this was really bad and felt like a huge oversight. Especially when I went forward and I see my opponent's walled. I'm just like, oh man, my opponent's going to be so far ahead of me in eco. He's already walled up, da-da-da-da-da. So I don't blame Slam for thinking that. But he definitely underestimated how much damage his men-at-arms did. He's killed 4 of ACCM's vills. He has a 5 lead. And Slam has wheelbarrow. That's kind of ridiculous. Is that coming in now? That's already in. These won't get in. They'll get caught out. Slam also has military lead. It's 13. It's actually even at 12 right now. Bum, bum, bum. And now it's the time of the game when we wait for things to happen. I mean, we can look at like extra resources. Those are fun to look at. Where's the extra resources? There's a stone way far away down there. There's extra gold there. ACCM's gonna be looking to expand this direction in Castle Age, but we won't need to for a while because he has his main stone in here. If I'm ACCM, I kind of wishing like I feel like all this could have just been pointing out here, but makes it harder to defend for sure. I'm not a 2K. You're gonna watch from bed. Uh-oh. I'm gonna be talking Purge to sleep here. Lullaby Purgy. Okay, I won't, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, Slam. I don't think he's going to get any damage with this, realistically. He's just going to get walled out. He is doing a good job of harassing ACCM, which is good. If he can get in, he might be able to break in time to do damage. A good explosion pro tag. Just hit the horn. He's damaging that palisade. He damaged the crap out of that palisade. Look at that. Look at this palisade. Why, there's been dozens of damage done to it. Palisade didn't see that coming. So ACCM hits Castle Age first somehow. Slam kind of invested into army a little bit, but it's fine. As long as he doesn't get this army killed by this batch of eagles, he will be fine. Slam. Okay. Go. Okay. I was getting worried there for a second. I was like, that's the only way that it would be bad is if he left his archers outside to get attacked by a bunch of upgraded Castle Age units. Well, he didn't do that. Thank goodness. A+ Hypecaster, everything is the biggest thing ever. I want to cast this set because I didn't watch this set when it happened. So I don't know how the games went, and I don't even know who wins the set either. So I do know how many games there are, which I'm a little bit sad about, but I don't know who wins. So I don't know the order of the wins or anything, so I'm pretty happy to... Plus, I love Slam, and I really like... And ACCM, super nice guy, too. I've had ACCM on for a bunch of show matches. It's time for me to host another show match soon. That's for sure. We need another Only Band show match. For now, we're casting this one that Mshuggah sponsored. I don't know if this was actually cast by anyone either, so...
Okay.
Trying to do justice. Looks like the Eagles, I didn't see if... Okay, +2 is in. I didn't see if he picked up Squires, but it looks like Squires has come in. Just based on how quick they're moving. And we're going to be Eagles and Scorps from ACCM to try and defend this crossbow and longsword push. And the one Scorpion could actually be huge here. It's sitting on a hill right now. This is a pretty critical fight. The longsword's not getting as much work done as maybe Slam had been hoping. And the Eagles are going to close in. But what is that? 2-3 shots on the Eagles here from this group of archers. The Scorpion just too slow and pathing like a potato. And it looks like Slam should clear this up, but the Eagles are doing work. I wonder if there's any army around that forward siege workshop that ACCM got down. And that is going to get cleared up. No flame, real talk. You flame me all you want. This is like practice casting. So, Eagles coming forward. Let's see. There's no forging. These just have defensive upgrades and stuff. And a knight. I'm guessing this is to try and snipe the Scorpion. And maybe a Mangonel that might be coming out. But we're going longswords primarily here from Slam is the unit of choice. So it's going to be longswords running into Eagles. So Slam going with the hard counter. ACCM is going to need more than like 1 or 2 Scorpions to deal with this. The Eagles aren't going to cut it anymore. And we already see an archer switch happening from the 1 range. He's getting 2 more ranges down on the front, but that could be denied with the long swords coming forward. There's no army or anything to defend. Quick walls needed from ACCM to stop this from being denied. A little bit too late. There's a pair of archers here forward from Slam 2 that have hung around from Feudal Age, and this is a sick early Castle Age push. Just those 2 crossbows are absolutely game-changing, and ACCM is going to call GG's. Slam is going to take this one. And that was a sick game 1 in this set. And I enjoyed that. I don't know about you guys. Ram was a real choice from ACCM as he knew longsword had been teched. Yeah, that should have been a second Scorpion or maybe a Mangonel. I think I don't know if that the Siege Workshop was such a great choice. Because he didn't really have the firm grasp on map control that he would have needed to get the value out of that, I think. Regardless, running through the statistics. And yeah, that was great. You know, Slam getting those those 4 men-at-arms, that extra man-at-arms actually made such a huge difference. I bet he got 2 of those villager kills simply because he made a 4th man-at-arms in Feudal Age there and was able to squeeze that out. And ACCM with the much cleaner build, though. Like 23:30 castle time is kind of meh, quite honestly. I'm not trying to down talk Slam. You won the game and everything. But that's not the greatest castle time, actually, from either player. They spent a little bit too long in Feudal Age. Like, as long as they needed to, but I think both players made too much feudal military there. Maybe they were a little bit nervous because it was game 1. We got it. Okay. Time for game number 2. Slam this time is going to be in the southwest. Playing as the Magyars in blue. ACCM is going to be in the northeast. Playing as the Burgundians in red. Oh, God. Oh, God, no. Not the Burgundians. May also be cutting goats or cows instead, depending on the sleep spawn. Speaking with a player, a person in my chat named Nizalami, who said they were going to go count sheep. So yes, could be goats, cows, or even goose.
Bruh.
I apologize, everybody. I apologize. So ACCM as the Burgundians versus the Magyars. Magyars get extra forging, or they get extra. They get extra forging. They get free forging and free blacksmith upgrades, free melee blacksmith upgrades for each age. Which can factor in a lot in feudal age. The men-at-arms are like really tanky. Scouts are really, really tanky and irritating. Even your starting scout getting into the base would be super frustrating to deal with because they just seem to eat villagers. Don't get named. Don't get lamed, says Perchman, one of my mods. To the guy that was talking about counting sheep. And Slam's going to avoid getting lamed by taking his forward boar first. Although it's not a boar. That's it's an elephanto. I hate shooting the boar and or rhino or elephant with my town center. Like it scares the crap out of me. I just can't do it. I only do it when I'm really worried that I'm not going to have food fast enough to avoid my town center idling. That's the only time that I'll do it. Beyond that, it just does not feel worth it for me. Like, I've lost so many boars to that. It's just not worth it. Kated, thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. It's not 2 a.m. Why am I streaming, right? I want to cast a set. Thinking about the civ for ACCM, like Burgundians, I mean they have the awesome Cavalier bonus where they can get Cavalier in Castle Age. It's basically effectively a bloodlined knight with 2 extra attack and extra HP. Or pardon me, no, a bloodline knight with plus 2 attack is what it works out to because the Burgundians do not get bloodlines. Counterintuitive because they're a cav civ and you definitely think of them as a cav civ, but they do not get bloodlines. Slam with 4 on forward wood, which I feel like that's a little weird. Maybe he's going to be going man-at-arms archers here. Magyars get fully upgraded arbalests. They also have some of the best cavalry archers in the game, but it's really tough to get to them. I think if I'm Slam, maybe you do go man-at-arms archers and then try to transition that into a Castle Age Knights push, because the Magyars, I mean, you're going to need your Smith upgrades if you're the Burgundians against Magyar Knights. And the Magyars can mix in pikes and they'll eat the Cavalier because of that free iron casting, free forging that they do get as a bonus. Burgundians feel strong. This is Neil the Fez in chat says Burgundians feel super strong, but I don't know anyone that likes playing. It's because they're very harangued. They feel like they have no options at all. I know there's the joke going around that, you know, with the Viper's song, the song done by For Hardy about the Viper, about Burgundians. You know, it's not that simple. They can go crossbows, they can make, but the reality is like, in you know what their end composition is going to be, so you can take a solid guess at what their mid game composition is going to be based on that. It's very unlikely that they'll go crossbows, pikes, or monks, but they could. There's nothing to stop them from doing those things. So Slam has a vague idea of ACCM's base, but doesn't know he's about to run into the town center. He sees that his opponent's gone to gold. Maybe this was a fake out by ACCM because he saw Slam's scout. And now because ACCM is up first, his scout moves faster. It gets an extra attack, and Slam scout, now Slam scout is going to be at a slight disadvantage on HP. The militia going to arrive from Slam, and unfortunately not going to be able to deny this stable. But Man-at-Arms will kick in just a second. Don't walk into that town center, Slam. Ooh, he's going to find it the hard way in just a second as he's right on the edge of that range. That spear. That was insane. Did you guys see that? Just turn around and splap all three of them at the same time. That was sick. Oh, man. The guy got sliced into bits. What can ACCM see? Sliced and diced indeed. And let's see what ACCM can see here. Man-at-Arms are going to poke away at that stable. And ACCM is not going to be able to get in here. This is closed up. This is all closed up on the right side, too. So good job from ACCM with the walls again on this game. He's got a bit of an awkward base, too. It's one of those weird rectangle bases. Slam's looking a little bit more normal. Maybe would have preferred to have gotten this out here. Because then you have a really nice trapped golden stone. Whereas right now, this is like... I guess you have this, but I mean a tower here, a tower here. I don't know. I don't think we're going to see towers at this point, obviously, but... Towers from at this point would be kind of crazy for my player, but... Just reading the map still. Could be ugly in Castle Age getting pressured. You think you're going to want to get that closed up by the time you get to Castle Age. The scouts get poked at by a spear, but they take the spear out relatively quickly. And at the same time that ACCM is trying to find a hole that doesn't exist in Slam's walls, Slam's trying to find a hole that doesn't exist in ACCM's walls. The advantage with Man-at-Arms archers, guys, is you can break in. Okay? When your scouts get blocked out, this is what happens. They can't do anything. See how ACC, all he's going to be able to do is maybe pick off like stragglers that are going forwards, and Slam's being smart and sending his second archer forwards with another spear. Or you send them back to try and clear up your opponent's army. So, because it takes you longer, you have to react with a stable. You don't make scouts and assume you're gonna make skirmishers. Like you can do that. Like there's nothing wrong necessarily with doing that, but you're putting yourself at a point where you have to do lots of damage. Like you don't just make skirms. The idea is you're making the skirms because you have to, because your opponent's going to kill what you have, or you're not gonna be able to get damage with what you have. Ideally, you don't have to make this. You make your scouts, and even if you can't get in and do damage, your opponent doesn't get in and do damage either. Like, you should be trying to keep your opponent's army at home by getting in and attacking, and then you don't have to make skirms, and you can get up to Castle Age quicker and do a much faster transition. That's how scouts to knights is supposed to work. In this case, we have scouts to skirms because Slam has kept his man-at-arms alive, and he's managed to be irritating with his opening archers and get his army all the way to his opponent's base, as opposed to trying to defend. I think this is actually a mistake from Slam, though. I don't know what this is about. Why is he falling back with this? I think this is weird. Maybe he feels like this will wipe his army up because of the walls, and he can't get in and do damage, so in that case, maybe you just fall back. He just wants to have all of his army together. I think if you're Slam, what you need to do is actually add scouts if you want to stay in feudal. Otherwise, you need to try and work out how you're going to get up to Castle Age. And of the two, ACCM has 2 more vills and is much closer to Castle Age. But I feel like Slam has a stronger army composition out in the open. So the skirms are doing a good job of microing down these man-at-arms from ACCM right now. One of them down already. How much damage is he doing right here? The skirmishers with 2 attack and the man-at-arms. Do we have any upgrades on these? Trying to click on them. Let me click a man-at-arm. No. Just their base armor right now. I mean, all this ultimately means both players are walled. Neither one's going to get in and find any damage with what they have left after this. So this is ultimately just like saber rattling. The difference, however, is that ACCM is up to Castle Age during this, and Slam is not. This is all a waste of APM and micro for both players, in my opinion. Like, I would just like, so what if, even if you lose every single one of your units, if you're ACCM, so what? Slam's gonna get in with 3 archers and a spear. 4 archers and a spear, like, who cares? And vice versa, if you're Slam, oh no, you lose all of your archers, like, what's ACCM's gonna get in with this and do damage? No, not at this stage. This, like I said, saber rattling, none of this army is really gonna matter. Maybe having a few skirms might be nice for ACCM at the beginning of Castle Age, but for some reason I don't think Slam's gonna be sticking with archers. No, he actually is. A fourth range? I wonder if he's gonna go right into CA. He could go right into cavalry archers with 4 ranges. Because that's 3 spawn cycles, and you have 12 cavalry archers. And a stable. He needs the stable so he can get husbandry and bloodlines for the CA. So he's 100% going into cavalry archers. Crazy. That's sick. Good to see you, Farman. Zizu, hi. So 4 range CA, forward town center. I like the town center from ACCM. The front of his base is so exposed, and this is gold and wood. The problem is that his opponent is going, like, he needs something on the outside. Actually, no, I've changed my mind. I dislike this town center, guys. This town center maybe should be here. That hill sucks. Maybe you don't want to put that there, because your opponent goes CA and gets a... But, I mean, I don't like this much either. Where's the other gold? You could go over here. Going over here wouldn't be so bad. We'll see. At this point, yeah, it is going to be... It's going to be 4 range CA from Slam. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And he's dropping a TC. Holy crap. Well... Knights from ACCM. He's already got +2. So it's going to be Knight Skirm from ACCM. Knights to open, and I don't think he's going to be making too many more Skirms. I could see him getting Elite Skirm once he sees that Slam is going for Mass CA. Does ACCM see that Slam has gone 4 ranges? He does. He sees the 4 ranges. So ACCM is very cognizant of the fact that Slam is going to be irritating with these things. They can run around and be frustrating. I didn't see if Thumb Ring came in for Slam or not. But Thumb Ring and Ballistics are going to be pretty crucial to getting some damage from the CA. There's the Cavalier, and this wall's already nice and shored up. Any weak spots for these Cavalier to get in is going to be... The only spot that I can really see is there. Slam is going to get that down. He does have gold and stone back here, and this is an easy wall off, too, if he decides to expand. CA are going to run in and run out. ACCM has picked up Elite Skirmisher. Checking on his upgrades. He's no armor, but he's got Bodkin already. Let's actually... Did Slam pick up Bodkin? Slam has Bodkin as well. And the first armor. Again, these Cavalier lacking bloodlines. I think CA is a great call from Slam. It's hard to mass and buy himself time, but he's, like, because he has 4 ranges, like I said, able to mass these so quickly. And we already have, like, a decent... Like, watch how quickly 8 CA will deal with a Knight. If they land shots. But yeah, in the early... If you can get to this mass in early Castle Age like this, if Slam can get all this together, it'd be a lot better. He's already up to like 18 CA, and we're at the 26-minute mark. It's kind of crazy. He's got more in the bank, too. 5 more CA at least queued up. Another batch of those are going to pop out in just a second, and this will be a really scary mass. And ACCM does not have the night mass to deal with it. He's going to be... ACCM needs... Yeah, he's going to need another range for skirms, and we see one going down there. No relic for you, says Slam, and he shoots the old man with 50 freaking arrows. Not very nice. Where'd those Cavalier go? There they are. Get the Slam! Get these away from here! ACCM is going to be a little frustrating on the front of Slam's base. Remember, Slam only has the first armor on the UCA, so they will get chomped by the Cavalier if they get within range. The other thing is that ACCM is completely walled. So Slam needs siege. I think at this point, if you're going to try and do damage with this big CA mass that you've made early on and you've invested into, you need siege. So I think by putting the fourth archery range down, Slam has really trapped himself into being aggressive at this point. He needs forward siege. And he needs a mangonel really, really badly just to deal with this stuff. Knights could be okay, too, if he could get 4 or 5 knights out. But how many CA is this now first? This is 30... We're already at 30 cavalry archers. Like, that's crazy. We're 28 minutes, 30 cavalry archers from Slam. Combat, how you doing? Ooh. So Slam's gonna hit this wood line with this cavalry. Yeah, that batch of cavalry archers is gonna be able to get some value literally just by sitting there. Here's the thing: is it's a lot. Sometimes when you see stuff like this, you're like, oh, I don't want to just sit here. I'm not doing anything. Just keep sitting there. Actually, the best thing that Slam could do is sit on all of ACCM's wood lines. If he can get a third mass and go and pop them right here, ACCM is going to be cut off from wood production. This is why I'm going back to ACCM's... one of these town centers should have been over here. Because this town center has actually provided very little protection to this gold. Like this, because think about it, Slam literally has not even gone into these walls, right? Because ACCM has all these skirms here. So if this town center's over here, you're taking this gold and you're taking this wood. And you're not getting pushed off of it right now. Where are you going with this, ACCM? Well, he's got enough for a castle. The question is, where's it going to go? And that's a nice... I like the idea of that castle. What the reality of it seems like it could not happen. Because I don't think that, what is this, like 15 skirmishers is going to cut it against 30 CA. Yeah, 20, well, maybe actually. Slam really needs like 4 or 5 knights mixed in. He gets 4 or 5 knights out. Castle's going to go up for ACCM, though. That's a huge castle. Like, this hill... Because this hill is technically control of all of this hill. Because it's all connected, and ACCM can just sit at the top of it with his skirms and chew away at the CA from Slammy. And where can Slam go? Like, this is all shored up. We have a very, we have an ovular rock hard base from ACCM. And this is a bad fight. Oh man, that's a huge skirm shot. A huge mango shot on the skirms, I was going to say, but actually that went on the Cavalier. It's too bad that didn't land on the skirms. It was nice that it cleared up the Cavalier, but I think hitting the skirmishers would have been even better for Slam there. We'll see. He's going to pop out another mangonel in a moment. Cheers, Caesar. That is so many CA. 40 cavalry archers. This is the point where you're like, oh, I should be able to snowball with this. You need to get to like 60 of these things. And you're unstoppable. And yeah, that's going to be a lot of dead villagers. It doesn't really matter. ACCM still has an 8 villager lead on Slam. It's 101 to 92 at this point. Thanks, Slam. You just accept. You gave up like 4 CA for like 8 vills. Just get out of there now. He's gonna get hemmed in. The alligator's gonna get involved, ladies and gentlemen. The alligator's look. It's chasing Slam into the corner. Slam, you're getting backed into a corner. And Slam is caught between a skirmisher and a gator, and this is not good. Gary the Gator is just look at the chaos being caused here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this gator. All right, ACCM apparently is a glutton for feeding villagers to 2 cavalry archers. Slam will save most of his CA mass if he stops this. Okay, please click it over here now. Meanwhile, in the middle, I didn't even see this happening. A castle drop. Slam avoiding losing his CA mass was huge because that's like the biggest chunk of his army. What's in this? A whole ton of bills. How the hell did he get this castle up in range of ACCM's castle? My goodness. Lucas, thanks for the follow. Yeah, this castle should die. Even without Slam being imp, this castle should die here. And it's going to expose a lot of ACCM's economy in a moment. CA is tanking castle shots right now. That's a little... that castle can't go down fast enough for Slam. This is a sick push. ACCM manages to get 1 trebuchet out, but I don't think that ACCM will be able to defend. There's not quite the skirm and cavalier mass needed to defend. And here it's going to get messy. Knights are going to have to dive on the skirms, getting eaten by the cavalier the entire time. CA doing work, though. Yeah, the CA Knight Mass from Slam here is going to win the game, as ACCM should lose this. Ooh, there's less CA there than I thought, actually. There's less CA there than I thought. The Cavalier and Skirm from ACCM are actually pushing pretty good. They're holding off, and Slam's going to try and take this Trebuchet down with these Rams. Neither one is going to make it. Slam also repairing that Treb. Or pardon me, ACCM repairing that Treb. Slam's going to come forwards with a Mangonel. And ACCM's going to drop another castle. This is a great castle, too. I love this castle. Paladin is in for ACCM. And now we're... Ooh, this is looking bad for Slam all of a sudden. Slam having to deal with the Paladin. The skirms are gone, but it doesn't even matter anymore because the Paladin mass is here. Slam's going to call GG. Wow. Did that ever swing back? That looked in favor of Slam just a few seconds ago, and all of a sudden ACCM is going to pull out the victory here, and that was a heck of a conclusion to that game. Once it got a rolling, it did not stop. That was sick. You could call it a Gatorade. Oh, just God, that was sick. We are tied 1-1. Ooh, score R2. Let's run through the stats real quick. We can see the eco and military. Everything was in favor of ACCM, and the timeline isn't really like you can't really get too... It looks like it was in favor of ACCM for most of the game, which was weird because it felt like Slam had all the momentum. CA mass is just so hard to maintain because it's not just about getting to the CA mass. It's about maintaining it and getting to imp and getting upgrades and just ugh. And they don't really snowball the way that you would hope until you get to Imperial and you have chemistry and you have Parthian and you have whatever hell the other one is, Bracer. So many upgrades. And for the Magyars, you need recurve bow as well to make them extra effective. And there's just no way. You're trying to get the mass of CA and the eco to get the upgrades to upgrade the mass of CA. It's just ridiculous. Is the time of this show match purely based upon the schedule of the players? It's a recast from yesterday. Albatross. Ooh, look at that APM. Slammy boy. My gosh. Where was that? That was in Feudal when they were moving those archers around. Remember I was talking about how useless all that micro was? There's some useful micro. Now, in blue, for game number 3, Slam is going to be playing as the Britons in the Southeast. ACCM is going to be... He's going to be the Khmer. Wait, this face doesn't work on this screen? Why doesn't it work on this? Okay, well. Feels bad, man. You love explosions? Good, me too. Looking at ACCM's base and his civ, and considering how this game might open for him as the Khmer player, he has so many options. I love the Khmer. He can go into an FC with this map easy peasy. Maybe not at the... Maybe it won't work at this level. Probably won't work at this level. Probably won't work at this level. But I look at this and I see wall, wall, and wall. As the Khmer, you don't even need walls. You can, as long as you're... I don't even know. I'm going to shut up. I have a thing with the Khmer. If you guys aren't aware, I spammed like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games as the Khmer, playing the 24 and 25 plus 0 FC strat every game. Just ignoring. So I'm wildly biased in my casting of any Khmer game. Grath Khmer's in the chat, please. Irish, good to see you. What's your Khmer FC build / time? 24 plus 0, and the best that I've ever gotten with that build in particular is 1340 something, 1342, I think. And the fastest I've ever done a FC with the Khmer generally was on Hideout, and I managed a 1208 or 1210 up. Something ridiculous like that, because I had an insane map. And I realized it was the first time I'd ever even tried a crazy FC like that. The Khmer can do crazy stuff because the Khmer don't require buildings. So you don't need a barracks, you don't need a lumber camp, you don't need a mill. So if you get all of your deer pushed in, you can literally just gather 500 food and get up to feudal age in like 16 pop. If you really want to, as the Khmer. And you can chain that into doing other crazy stuff. Old Man Willow, thank you very much for the raid. I hope your stream went well. Appreciate it. I'm casting ACCM versus Doubt from last night. If anybody wasn't able to catch it, I'm recasting it now, and it'll be up on my YouTube as well. So hi, YouTube. You'd love the naked 20 plus 0 Khmer build? Probably. Good to see you, Supreme Platypus, by the way. And Old Man Willow, good to see you too, of course. So Slam's playing as the Britons. Britons they get extra fast hunting, or pardon me, gathering bonus from their sheep. Not extra fast hunting, extra fast sheep gathering bonus. They gather from their sheep as fast as other civs gather from their hunt. So that actually gives them surprising flexibility in the early game as well. You can open scouts and go scouts to archers, although the much more common opening will be man-at-arms archers and just have a really strong food economy behind that. Like an unusually strong food economy, actually. $20 pop to 19? Did we have... Oh, Loom. Yeah, Feudal. Did he skip Loom?
Bye.
No. It's going up faster. So ACCM is going to go up on 20 pop. Not going to golds. This is going to be scouts from ACCM. And it's going to be men-at-arms from Slam. I think ACCM saw the Drush. I don't know if he actually saw that or not. I missed that. Based on where the scout is going, I'm thinking he missed the Drush and the Drush Man-at-Arms going forwards. So this is Men-at-Arms. Don't get fooled. Is it? I think it was supposed to be, but it's going to be a Drush now. And Slam is actually going to get quite a bit of value out of this Drush here. I wonder if he'll get the block on this Vil. And, yep, ACCM is going to lose a villager there. As well as all the idle time that has been forced from sending those Vils back. Slam is already getting his walls up as well. And he's going to have a pretty sweet base once these walls go up. Trapped gold, trapped stone for Slam. Really nice as the Britons. Gives you like a ton of flexibility, a ton of options. Have both resources trapped like that. Slam is not going to be able to get too much more value out of this if ACCM is careful. Like if ACCM is careful and pays attention and keeps all of his res walled in, he'll be fine. That should never happen to you as the Khmer, by the way. What Slam just did to ACCM. And also a mistake that I'm noticing ACCM has made a little bit. Since he was not planning on walling. He was planning on res walling. There should be houses on all of these. There should be a house here. This house should be here. I think this was the starting house, actually. But there should be a house here. There should be a house here. And there should be a house on all of the res and walled in. Just because, especially because you know that your opponent's Britons, it's very likely they're going to be going Men-at-Arms. Anyways, we're going to be going Men-at-Arms or Scouts. They're Britons. Very, 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 very unlikely you're going to see a naked FC at this level. Ooh, Scout's going to poke around in the back. Is this open somewhere? How'd this get in? You may have forgot that you can jump into houses. It's true. It's a bonus that you have to be cognizant of. If you just play the... and the other thing is, if you just play the Khmer like any other Civ, they're still fairly strong. They're like a solid B tier Civ. Some would argue they're A or S tier. I feel like they lack a little bit in a few places. If they had Thumb Ring, they would be A or S tier for sure. They would be S tier if they had Thumb Ring. I think you could make that one change to Khmer and it wouldn't be game breaking. It would just make them it would make them close, one of the stronger civs in the game for sure if you did that. But I think it would make them much more interesting, have a much more interesting identity. Although a little terrifying thinking about Khmer with the Khmer Hussar spam with ARBs behind it with Thumb Ring is a little scary. Khmer is A tier. Okay. These are recordings, Brazero. So the scouts will clear up the Drush from Slam, but this Drush was great. Drush did its job. It got a Vil pick. It caused a ton of idle time. Drush was fine. Slam's 2 Vils up right now. Looking at the res, he's going to click up to Feudal in a second, right? Or, pardon me, to Castle in a second. And ACCM is going to be a ways away, although the Khmer farming bonus is definitely going to help there. Which emote is the follower emote? There should be 3. There's Grath Hey. So Grath, capital H-E-Y. Grath, all caps LUL, L-U-L. And I think Grath Pog are the 3 follower emotes. Khmer used to have bombard cannons. Yeah, people complain when they have bombard cannons. I think that's too much. I actually kind of agree with them not getting bombard cannons because they have Siege Ram and they get Siege Onager too. They don't need bombard cannons. They could use Thumb Ring though. I still am on the side of giving them Thumb Ring. Maybe do they get the last armor upgrade for their archers? They get Thumb Ring, take away the last armor upgrade. Yeah, neither Civ has Thumb Rings. That's the same. You could never give Thumb Ring to Britons. That would just be... That's not good. You can't do that. Britons are terrifying as it is. They don't need Thumb Ring. Khmer could use it, I think. What does Thumb Ring do, since I'm talking about it so much? So there's two major archer techs. There's Thumb Ring and there's Ballistics. Ballistics, it would be like if your archers were firing here in front of the scouts so that the shots connect. Thumbring is that little box that I'm drawing. They always hit within, basically instead of them hitting within a box that size, they hit a box within a box that size. That's thumbring. So you can see that one of them makes them more accurate. The other one makes it so that they're firing at moving targets better. So thumbring makes it so that they fire more accurately. And people argue about which one's more important all the time. For cavalry archers, you're going to want thumbring. You can deal without ballistics because if you're trying to snipe villagers or you're dealing with units that aren't super mobile, then you can deal without ballistics. Usually when you're fighting a mobile civ like this, like in this case, if you're slam, I'm going to be thinking about prioritizing ballistics because my opponent is mobile with these cavalry units, right? And the extra range that the Britons get makes it super hard to wall them out like you can normally do. And you have even less reaction time. And the problem is that it's going to take a while to chop through this. Like, you're going to have to eat through this palisade, then you're going to have to eat through, what is this, 93 HP of that house, or 156 on that house. So, Slam will get in, but it's going to buy ACCM enough time, like, presumably, to get a Siege Workshop down, maybe. Would be nice. Where else can ACCM go? Well, he's got gold up here. So if he can get a Siege Workshop down here or here, I think it's got to go down back here. It has to go here and set up a choke. Or you could go TC back here, too. I'm interested to see what ACCM does and how he reacts. Because I've been in this exact situation so many times as the Khmer. Okay, and he's going to put a town center down. Interesting. Town center, and are we getting it +2 on the knights? Yep. So town center and +2 knights on 2 stables is ACCM's response here. He's 2 vills back. Slam is only killed a single vill during the initial feudal push with that drush, or pardon me, the initial drush. Thumbring also increases fire rate. Thank you for reminding me, baby shoes. Thank you for reminding. It also makes them fire faster. Aztecs definitely don't need thumbring. For instance. In contrast to the Khmer. Like, it's funny because those are both two, like, Khmer and Aztecs I actually kind of find similar. In that they're both two really eco-focused civilizations that don't get thumbring. And yet both have arbs. Kind of cool. Andy 1031, thanks for the follow. And Lori, good to see you. If you're getting sub, I was thinking about making it so that when people sub, RGB Grath turns on for like a few seconds. So subbing activates RGB Grath for a moment. What do you guys think about that? I like the picks that Slam's getting. He hasn't lost a single archer yet, by the way. Like on this push in particular, I mean, like since he's broken in. And yet he's picked off multiple vills now. It's the 3rd villager. Slam doing really well here. 7 vills up. Did he add town centers? We'll check in a second. Is this enough knights to clear? The lack of thumbring really hurts when you're fighting knights like this and not having a choke. Oh, he's canceled. He just canceled 3 volleys. Slam just canceled 3, maybe even 4 or 5 volleys of DPS from the archers on these knights. Oof. That's not good. Yeah, Slam has 3 town centers. Good call, Waffles. 3 TCs from Slam behind this, and only 2 from ACCM, but ACCM clears Slam's army. And Slam only has like 5 back home. Slam, do you go into monks? I think you just go pikes and monks at this point. I don't know. It's not like ACCM's cranking knights out.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
I did not green Mohawk. I did not. Good to see you, by the way. Where's the green Mohawk guy emote? What kind of crap is this? You come in and I don't see your green Mohawk emote? What kind of crap is that? By the way, I can't remember if I listed you in down under donors or not. Top donators. I don't remember. I'm gonna keep casting. This is for YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. Don't worry about come watch me on Twitch if you're wondering what the crap all this stuff that I keep talking about is. What I do know is that we're in a little bit of a lull. Okay, we are in a little bit of a lull. Whoa. I mean, only because the armies were separated was what I was about to say, as they started to come together, and Slam just got himself a free knight. He needs to be more frustrating with these archers than I think he really can be. Because if he overextends into ACCM's base, he's just going to get gobbled up by the knights again. And this is why I think he should have gone to pikes. The monks are nice, though. But 2 isn't enough. Is it? It might be. It's borderline. Slam's playing a dangerous game. It's too bad he couldn't have backed out with those archers instead of trying to dive further, but... It's not like he didn't get any value out of them. Slam's maintaining an eco lead for sure, but this is going to get wiped up again. Slam's going to lose this entire army again. Yeah. ACCM even deleting the lumber camp to make sure he gets the clear on the crossbows. And they are just getting, they're all dead. They're gone. They're gone. They're dead. They're gone. Slam sending countless numbers of soldiers to their doom. And it looks like he's not done. But this time the damage is coming to him in the form of a night raid underneath this town centers. And there's a pike, a single spearman, and Slam needed like 20 of these guys, not one. That was not a great dive from ACCM. That really was actually a pretty bad dive from ACCM. I think he got excited. He's like, oh, I can snowball, and then he just dived. And this was a terrible dive because this is like super defensible. Like, super defensible from Slam. Like, this is a really rock-solid base. This is not going to get broken into without siege. Even up here. Like, you're not going to be able to push this without siege for this exact reason. So you can just defend with archers that can sit underneath a town center that's garrisoned. And it's just, you don't want to fight that even with +2. Pour one out for the crossbows. Yes, indeed. You don't have to list me. I'm just random gift sub guy. Green Mohawk guy. Aww. I still miss seeing your Green Mohawk guy emote. There it is. Thank you. Like that right there. That one. That's the one. That one. Pour one out for the expos. Pour one out for the Idle Knights. How about that? So ACCM has like 60% of his walls up. I love ACCM's walls, except for 2 things. One of them is called this giant gap here, and the other one's called this giant gap here. Magnolia! Magnolia! Cast more of this stuff. Please, I love your casting. And I know that you love casting the community games. Please cast more pros. Please cast more pros. You do such a good job casting. You should cast this set. Or you should have casted this set. Maybe I just suck and I haven't seen you cast pros. You guys should check Magnolia out. She does a great job casting. Like, she's easily one of the best female casters right now. To the point where when I think of female casters, you're one of like 2 to 3 people that I can even think of that I would 100% say is a female. Like, you know what I mean? Anyways, back to what I'm getting to here, which is the big ugly scorpion night push here from ACCM. Which is dying. How is this dying? The archers were targeting the scorpions, I think, in that fight. I think that was Slam using the Britain range. So Britons with their extra range on the crossbows, they actually outranged scorpions and mangonels in Castle Age. You can see there the scorpions range is, what was it, 7. And the crossbows are actually equal to that. Pardon me. They outrange mangonels, not scorpions. Regardless, the fact that they're able to hit the scorpion at the same range that the scorpion can hit them is pretty huge. Picks off the monk there. This is a solid defense from Slam. ACCM is really struggling to make anything happen with this siege push. You know, we had 5-6 scorpions and they all died. There's no way that should happen. When you get to like 6 scorpions, it's 100% that snowball should work. And I think a big part of it is he's kind of not microwing these scorps great. And this is a little bit better. But like even now I'm thinking like, why wasn't one of these scorps off to the side to set up for the line? Like, I'm not trying to chirp ACCM. I'm just saying like, I know that he can do that because I've done that. Like, it could be a lot. Maybe he's got eco stuff that he's handling behind this that I'm missing, but I feel like 2 of those scorps should have been flanking a little bit. It's a small detail, and I also hate that we're diving with scorps under the TC right now. This feels like a huge overextension from ACCM and a big misplay. He doesn't want Slam to get this castle up, but you know what? His goal shouldn't be to prevent this castle from going up. It should be to either maximize villager losses or maximize the army losses of Slam, to force Slam to make more army before he goes up to imp and buy yourself time. And instead, what ACCM has done here is he is like just throwing a bunch of army for no reason and did not get the value that he needed. Slam is like 16 villas back, big freaking deal. He has a castle down. He's Britons. You need so little economy to make fully upgraded Arbalests. You can make once you get all of your upgrades, you can make fully upgraded Arbalests with like 30 villagers. Like same thing with like think about how easy it is to make mangan. Once you have like you have like 30, 40 villagers on food and gold, like 20 on food, 20 on gold, and you have a bunch of buildings already, and all your upgrades, you can make your strongest units for forever. And that's part of the reason that Archer economy is so hard to kill and why it's so hard to kill Archer civs. And I also think this is part of the reason that I struggle so much with Archer civs is that I give up on them to, what is this lumber camp? I give up on them much too easy. Because once you get those upgrades, you're in such a good spot, and it buys you time. Especially like Britons with their cheap town centers, they can reboot much easier. Slam's gonna find out about this extra gold in a second. All right, 1 second. All right, there we go. And that's actually huge for him. Yeah, he really needs that. Because this gold's great. It's not gonna last forever. It's a giant awesome pile, but once we get into Imperial and we get into some huge trades which are coming up for sure. So Scorpions are such a good call from ACCM for multiple reasons. First of all, he's gonna be able to go into heavy scorps. It matches every composition that Slam could make against him. Does he get extra rage from? Basically, he gets a tech from the castle that lets his Scorpions fire twice. Does that also give the Scorpions extra range? I feel like it gives them 1 extra range too, but I know it fires double. Oh no, the Khmer tech is they get 1 extra range. The range is this. That's correct. Thank you, chat. Yeah, it's the Khmer Civ bonus is that their Scorpions have 1 extra range. So they do really well against Britain cross. Like think about this: 10 Scorpions kills everything here. You don't even need knights. Meat shield. You need a meat shield of some kind ish, or you need like an unpushable area, a wall, or a castle to protect your scorps. And what Slam needs to do here is just dive. Just dive. Does he even need to dive? Like, I would have just dived. Like, if he dives here, he's going to shut down all this economy, but I think he's happy to just sit here. Wonder if we're going to be seeing skirmishers. So, Khmer's also get pretty beefy skirms. I think they're fully upgraded skirms. Why do I feel like they have a tech for their skirms, too? I don't know. Whoa, we're getting raided by knights. ACCM's going to fire a bunch of knights into Slam's base, and that's going to cause a ruckus for sure. And they're going to go loose in the wood lines. And we're not going to need too many arbs to clean these up because they are still only castle age knights. They don't have +3 yet. And a giant skirm. Yeah, ACCM did this way too early. He sprung these skirms way too early. ACCM, why would you do this? Just wait until you have like 10 more and then do it. Maybe he wanted to get value while all this was chilling there. I'm not sure. He's going to run back in with the knights, though. I feel like ACCM's decision-making is always on point in concept, but then the execution of that decision-making is always a little bit, like, question mark. Like, this is awesome. I don't know, maybe this is going okay. It's slowly eating away at this, and it's kind of like a boiling frog syndrome where Slam doesn't realize that his army is just slowly getting, like, chowed down on by a bunch of crap. I mean crap in the sense of the units that ACCM is making. He just killed, like, 40 Arbalests with a pile of skirmishers that he slowly fed at them. Like, that's kind of ridiculous, quite frankly. That happened. Slam wants to take this center location back. He's got some arbs protecting these forward trebuchets. He's forced back ACCM's trebs, or is ACCM going to try and counter treb? So Britain trebuchets. I didn't see if he picked up Warwolf. I was trying to keep my eye on that, but I missed if it's happened already. They get Warwolf, okay? So Britain Warwolf trebs are more accurate. They're 100% accurate. They're more accurate, and they also have splash damage. I think they do. Do they extra attack? I don't know. They're terrifying. You don't. Once they get that upgrade on their trebs, they're scary. You don't want to try and fight them. On the other hand, if you're Slam, you don't want to try fight. With Slam, you need to do something about the skirms, man. He needs Warwolf trebs to fight the skirms, and I actually think that that's the way to go. Or he needs Light Cav, but Light Cav against the Hussar is not a good call. So I really think that Warwolf trebs is the way to go. It looks like he has it based on the explosions that we're seeing. This is usually because I can't tell. I can't tell if we actually have Warwolf. I don't think we have Warwolf yet. Yeah, we don't have Warwolf yet. See how they're missing? Warwolf does not come in for Slam yet. He needs Warwolf. Warwolf, and he wins this game, I think. Like, I'm serious, because he needs something to deal with the skirms. More arbs isn't going to do it for forever. And 3 trebuchets is going to take out this castle in a second. You need, like, 20 villagers to repair a castle from 2 trebs. You need, like, 40 to repair it from 3. So this castle is going to die in a moment. And it's going to be really bad for Slam when it does. Does he have a second castle? He does. Oh, Ballista Ellie. Whoa.
Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it.
I can't.
Fix it, fix it.
There's nothing I can do about it. It's broken. It's dead. It's destroyed. Do you go knights here for Slam? You need something to kill this. And you don't want to die to Hussar either. Halbs. You could go Halbs in front of this. Halb would be a decent meat shield. And Halbs, believe it or not, Halbs actually beat skirms when they close on them. That's a great castle from ACCM. This Ballista Alley is one of my favorite Ballista Alleys I've ever seen. He just put a Ballista Alley into the town center and sniped Bills with it for so long. And it's been tanking town center shots because it's an elephant. Oh, man. Brazero points out that ACCM has too many villagers. So ACCM actually up around 147 vills. That's... You know what? That's not great. But on the other hand, he's not really floating res other than wood yet. He's finding ways to spend that. So as long as he transitions the vills into death, like as long as he deletes them, he stops needing them. No! The Ballista Alley! No! No! It lived a good life. Isn't that fine if you're defending? You have a lot of Q. if you're not popped, you should be making builds, is what I've heard Hera say. For what it's worth. ACCM can just raid Slam to oblivion now. Slam's open. Ooh, the Halp switch from Slam. The Halp switch from Slam. Is he going to be able to spam, though? He's only got 40 on food. Smoking Smiley, thanks for the follow. He's only got 40 on food, though. And that number is actually dropping. Slam with only 109 vills. ACCM has a huge eco lead. But I am going back to once you have your upgrades on your arbs, they're just so tanky and so easy to produce if you have any kind of gold access at all. That's kind of why this was so important. And I actually think maybe Slam is pushing the wrong place with his trebs right now. Because what does killing this actually get for Slam? Like, what does taking this castle out actually accomplish that he can't? Like, he could just wander in with his arbs this way right now. Right? Like, this is wide open. If Slam walked left, think about all the damage that he'd be doing with killing this castle. Literally accomplishes nothing. It's not protecting anything. It's not doing anything. And yet we have ACCM defending it because he doesn't care. Because he's denied Slam of this gold and because he's raiding. So he's just buying himself time to do the damage he needs by repairing that castle. Easiest tactical decision for ACCM ever. Slam's dying because of this push. Slam needs to push here. Slam needs to engage here. This is the critical part of the map right now. And it's not just because of this. There's also this back here. So Slam pushes this. He can push this. Oh my god, he gets 2 gold piles for pushing this direction. And if we look at Slam's scouting, he does not know about this second gold pile, but he 100% knows about the situation. And he's got to be... I mean, you see this lumber camp, you got to be thinking there's vills over here, even though there aren't any. And another reason to push over there is also that stone that Slam, again, doesn't know about. Now, ACCM has lost his castle, but I'm just going back to big freaking deal. So what? What's the big deal? What if we actually, like, lost by losing this castle for ACCM? Nothing. Oh, no, we're going to lose some buildings. Oh, God, not a few hundred wood. While we're killing our opponent and raiding him into oblivion. And taking out one of his defensive castles and denying him his last little few chunks of gold. Which is the only thing keeping his push going. I'm leaning towards this being ACCM's game pretty firmly, guys. Right now, I'm thinking Game 3 is going to ACCM. I feel like long-term, this army beats this army. Long-term. Even with the Halp spam, this army will still win. Because you go skirms and you can just throw Hussar at your opponent. You don't even need to engage this. That's right. You literally can just run past and attack the things that you can kill. Kill the trebuchets and then dive. And Slam loses another 600 gold. And ACCM is going to take game number 3. That was sick. 2 games in a row going to ACCM. And Slam's work is going to be cut out for him for the remainder of the show match. Look at KD in favor of Slam there, or pardon me, in favor of ACCM there, and the conversions, 5 conversions for Slam in Castle Age, but that didn't quite swing it the way he needed it to. Slam picked up relics, literally didn't even know his players picking up relics, was completely irrelevant in this game, but it would have been interesting to have seen how that might have played out into the late game, because Slam was getting cut off from gold. And there's like look at the match in APM, that's pretty sick. And again, Slam with the huge spike in feudal APM in every game. It's pretty funny. 2-1 for ACCM. And bam. Dude, they updated Capture Age. It works so much better now in every way. Oh my goodness. I was very, very frustrated when it first came out. And with every update, it's just improved and gotten better and better. So we are here to cast Game 4 of Slam versus ACCM. It's all these matches were on Arabia. As far as I can tell, it's been a random civ. Maybe there was a draft. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak to that because I'm unclear. I was unable to find that information anywhere. I just know that this was a great set, and I really wanted to cast set because I missed it. So I don't know how the games went. I don't know who won which game in what order. I do know the number of games there are. I don't know the ultimate winner of the show match either. So I thought that was perfect because I was like, hey, I know exactly how long this is going to be, but I have no idea what the outcome is. That's exactly what more could you want. This is Capture H Pro. Yes, it is. Let's talk about the game and the players' maps. So, Slam in the Southeast is going to be playing as Lithuanians this game. And ACCM is going to be in the North playing as the Mongols. So it's going to be pretty critical, the early stages of this game. Mainly because both players have a crazy food bonus. So the Lithuanians have a extra 150 food in the bank. You can actually see that in the extra vills that Slam has queued up. Or had queued up. ACCM, meanwhile, has a civ that has one of the best bonuses in the game, in my opinion, which is the Mongol Hunt bonus. It applies to every map. In fact, there's a compendium of maps in which there is extra hunt or an extra emphasis on hunt. And in those maps, the Mongols also tend to perform really well. They also have Mangadai, which tend to excel almost every level. Looks like we had a pause there. Mangadai are just such a strong unit once you mass them. So there's where Mongols struggle is in mid game. What I like to do is just pretend that their mid game is almost any other cavalry civ and just play them like their knights aren't going to be completely useless once you hit early imp, because they missed the last armor upgrade for their knights. Baby Shoe says that they believe time to slam. I happen to agree. Slam does not want to go down 3-1 to ACCM. You're making a difficult job for yourself even tougher. Slam and ACCM are really well matched. I've seen ACCM clean Slam's clock. I've also seen Slam wipe the floor with ACC. Like, both of them have absolutely killed each other. And this is in, like, the past, like, month, 2 months. So this is actually really well-timed show match. So props to Mshuggah one more time, who is the sponsor of the show match. This was a really, really good call. This has been really, really fun so far. I thought Slam was going to win last game, and then ACCM flipped it back. Like I said, I could see... I hope ACCM is cognizant of his gaps in the, like, if I can see it, then he can probably see it. It's really tough to improve stuff like that. I know from my perspective how easy it is to see something wrong with your gameplay versus how difficult it is to do anything about that. Why do I do that? I can't stop doing this horrible thing. That's my experience with trying to improve at AoE. I'm sure it's the same at higher levels, just maybe even intensified. I don't know. Missed the slam-backed bromance rivalry. Bromance/rivalry, says Baby Shoe's always fighting with the Vietnamese. There's actually a really strong Vietnamese like fan club in the Australian community. Like there's because of the timing of time zones and stuff, right? So they tend to get a lot of Australian viewers, I've been told, which I think is really cool. Like, you wouldn't expect two communities you wouldn't expect necessarily to run into each other like that. But with Slam coming into Feudal Age first, which is kind of cool, because again, the Mongols can do like super fast ups. They push that deer in, they get that Mongol hunt bonus, and they can do really quick ups, like 17, 18, 19 pop up. We had a 19 pop up from both players here, I think. Might have been 18 pop from Slam. But regardless, both players going super quick ups. Going to be going into scouts, opening both players, and ACCM's going to get this wall. This is a beautiful little wall from ACCM. I wonder if it's going to be enough to trick Slam into thinking it's closed. And he could also go this way. Yeah, it makes more sense. Yep. I love these walls. I love how clean this looks. I get bases like this sometimes. Whenever I make my base look like this, I always feel super proud. I'm just like, okay, at least my base like was organized in a way that made it easy to defend. Because the thing is, guys, this isn't aesthetics, right? This is really, really efficient, A, and also really, really easy to defend and wall behind, right? Like you can drop a house right here to block this. You can drop a house right here to re-wall this. Very easy to drop walls, houses behind this and houses here. All like good sight lines on everything. We contrast that to Slam. Like this is pretty nice too because he's using one of his starting houses. But I'm not crazy about this. I think I would have gone out here, trap those in. But he doesn't need that right now, right? That's logic. But he doesn't have any trapped gold at all. Maybe no, he does. I take that back. You got to start thinking about this stuff. Slam is a little spread out with his army. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe he's just trying to find any kind of spot. I think maybe he was going to come all the way back here, but ACCM walled there already. ACCM is full walled. Oh, yeah. Pro streamer hitting the mute while he sneezes. Thank you. Oh, man, I'm actually enjoying this a lot. I'm having a lot of fun right now. I love both of these players, too. They're super interesting to watch. Looked like I was screaming at someone down the hill. Slam has to locate relics. Good call. Twitch chat casting better than I am. So another thing that's really important about the Lithuanians is that relic bonus. When I say that relic bonus, I mean that they get +1 attack for every relic that they gather on their knight and elitist lines. So that actually that's super important because that gives them the strongest. They have fully upgraded knights. Like you don't even need. You can completely ignore that bonus as the Lithuanians. You can completely ignore it. People get angry when I say this, but they have fully upgraded knights without getting relics. You get like 2 relics, and you don't even need to get all of the relics. You get like 2 relics, and you have super strong knights with an extra 2 attack that'll just melt pikes. So they're just beastly. The other thing is that they're elitists. So their elitist unit, their unique unit that they make from their castles, ignores armor. So any kind of armor that your opponents have, which the spear doesn't. Villager, I have to actually show on a villager. It ignores that, which makes them really good at raiding too, because it ignores the villager armor as well. ACCM was in my last tournament, yes. Slam I've done show matches with, and Slam's my boy. I should do a big show match with Slam. I've been meaning to do that for a long time. I love watching Slam. I want to say Slam's my buddy. I've played more 2v2s with Slam than I have with a lot of people. I've played more team games with Slam than I have probably most other people in my life. Other than like the group of people I used to play on HD with. I'm incredibly privileged. He's a super nice guy. ACCM's nice too. Every time I've had I've had ACCM, I think, fill in for 2 or 3 show matches last second. He's always so like nice. He's just such a nice person. Anyways, you know what's not nice is losing all your feudal army. That's bad. It doesn't matter. I just go back to so often I look at the. I feel like it's almost bad. To look at as a lower level player and try to get too much out of the feudal from higher level players like this, simply because like their feudal is all just saber rattling, whereas at like 1300 elo, 1400 elo even, you can lose the game in feudal age. I see it so often, and just very, very, very rarely do you see it happen at high levels, and it's not. 90% of games end up looking like this, where it's just saber rattling, where neither player is going to be able to accomplish much. Like both players are walled. Like, both players are in a position where even if they clear the opponent's army, what they're going to have left isn't going to be capable of doing very much damage. And maybe it sounds like I'm disappointing, but it's actually the best. This is actually seriously the best because this puts both players at the most even that they can get, right? Like, look at this. 33, 33. Look at the Castle Age timings that are almost identical. Like, absolutely crazy how well matched these two players are here. So cool. I can't tell whether we're going CA or crossbows. We're going to upgrade to crossbow. I'm wondering if this is just, if he's going to go CA, like if ACCM will go CA en route to getting Mangadai. Because definitely that's the way to go against the Lithuanians, very, very likely. The thing is, the Lithuanians, cavalry archers from Slam? Question mark. This, wait. Does he see this? He only sees one, so as far as he's concerned, this is for skirmishers. He'll see that there's no, wait, is there +2 +0? There's no armor upgrades on the cavalry. He will see that, and then he's gonna go, wait, what? Why is there no armor upgrades on the cavalry? Am I not playing against a Lithuanian player? Look, he's even camping relics already. And then Slam's gonna spring a whole bunch of CA on him. Look, ACCM's only gonna find this now. He only just saw the ranges. So now he's going to go, why are there 3 ranges here? Oh, no, he's going crossbow. If I'm ACCM, I'm thinking, okay, he's going crossbow as Lithuanians, which I've actually seen quite a bit on the ladder recently, is people going crossbow as Lith because it throws people off so much. But I've not seen CA. And I don't know why Slam went CA when it basically, like, cost him the game almost once already. Did it not? Sometimes feel like meta is stale when watching high-level players. I agree. Your comment went stale very quickly, actually, but I still agree with you. Alba, man! I was just staring at your beer in my fridge, trying to decide if I was going to have a beer or not. Did cavalry archers get nerfed yet? I think they should still be made just a tiny bit stronger somehow. Oh, I actually love this town center. I don't know if it'll go up or not, but I love it. Actually, here's why I love this town center even more now, is because by the time Slam gets these in position, the town center will be up. I bet you anything. We had a few, that's gonna go down. What was that? A couple scouts that died from Slam. I think Sacrificial Ville didn't even die. Impressive, man. ACCM squeezing that town center up, so ACCM's going to have a nice, stable eco to work with. Both players 3 TC. Like, denying town centers is so huge, but it's so hard to do. And now, oh man, ACCM, yeah. ACCM could catch Slam out very, very easily here. He's got to get out of here with these CA. What a weird call. Are these janitors? What? Oh, they're cavalry archers. I was like, he's not Berber. Why does he look like it's just the angle they were at? Okay, now cavalry archers as the Mongols make sense. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Mongols get faster firing cavalry archers. And they have like some of the best cavalry archers in the game as a result. The only thing that really kind of beats them, I think, is the Turk CA and Magyar CA. I think they're better than every other cavalry archer. They're top 5 CA, yeah, because they're faster firing. Like, Mangadai CA are actually really, or pardon me, Mongol CA are really fun to play with. But I don't play as the Mongols very often. Maybe I should try playing as the Mongols more. Mangadai are great. But the thing is, Reza, you don't even need the Mangadai. You can just make the CA. The CA will eat the mangoes and stuff just as much. One's Magyar Turks and Mongols. Well, Japanese are fully upgraded CA, but there's nothing special about them, right? Military count is currently 24 to 13 for Slam. Villagers are 60 to 56. We're getting some idle time for sure. ACCM, I feel like ACCM's got to be feeling a little hemmed in right now. He's not going to win this fight. It's 8 to 18. Upgrades are +2 attack, +1 defense for Slam, and +2 and no defense for... Wait, 4 +2 with a 0? What's that mean? What? What? Anyways. They have... I think they both have upgrades out. +1 armor. No armor for... Yeah, no armor for ACCM. My goodness. Just look up here. I'm so stupid. The CA have bonus for attacking. No, only the Mangadai Reza, but just the fact that they fire faster makes them much more like capable of dealing with like mangoes and scorpions. Not as much obvious. Not as much as a Mangadai, obviously, but still pretty nice. Like, you can mix them in with your Mangadai and you won't be angry. This is looking pretty firmly in favor of Slam, to be honest. The military control is getting out of hand. And also now the eco as well. How is the ACCM going to find damage? Because that's what needs to happen. If he could get in with a pair of knights, he could actually do almost as much damage as all of the cavalry archers have done. But now that they're eating away at the... This is getting worse and worse by the second. ACCM needed to start making a counter to these. He needed to start making skirmishers. In fact, he could start doing that now and still make this work. The faster firing Mongol CA, or he just needs to absolutely crank CA. He's not making any military. He's got nothing in the queue. Okay, well, he's trying to get the Mangadai out, maybe. Getting the Mangadai is so hard. It's so hard, and his opponent just... Here's what Slam did. I actually have totally understood why... I was trying to understand why Slam was going CA against an opponent that has faster firing CA and also has Mangadai, which are just, like, better. Slam's rationale was that it's going to be so hard for ACCM... who's going to be doing this with the purpose of getting to Mangadai, that if I just mass CA and I don't mass CA and try and build castles and whatever, that I'll have a bigger army mass than my opponent. So what Slam needs to do now, is not lose these CA. Yeah, I would just dive these. Yep. Just get him out of dodge. Nope, just dive. Get him. Run. Yep. Save them. You'll save like half of them. That's fine. And then you still have 26. What are you doing? No, just why are you dying? You're all dead. Holy crap, that's a castle. Holy crap, that's a bit. Oh, what? That's not a good. No, ACCM, delete the castle. That's not gonna. This is a bad. That's not. No. This is bad. Bad things are happening. Okay. Yes. Indeed. That happened. And now it's continuing to happen. How many CA is this? Jeez. They did a lot of damage for sitting underneath a castle that entire time. Oh, wow. I guess 32... well, 32 military to 3. This game is over. Game number 4 is going to Slammy Boy. That was fun. I love Slam's strategy there. That was actually like 200 IQ. 100% that was the thinking. He's like, my opponent is going to mass CA and go into Mangadai. I'm just going to out-mass CA and do it without making castles and throwing a whole bunch of worker time away on not making
Wipe yourself off, man.
a whole bunch of CA faster than my opponent and just rely on that. So that was pretty sick. Props to Slam on that one. Very unconventional play. CA from the Lithuanian. But that was dope. Global team, thanks for the follow. We're going to take a quick peek at the feudal times here for both players. 852 for ACCM, 826 for Slam, who beat the Mongols to feudal on the 18 pop up. Kind of awesome. I love it. The 1 second of idle time on the way to that as well. Also sick. And the villager high and the APM. Look at that APM. Where was the huge APM spike in feudal? What was that? And I don't know what happened at the beginning of ACCM's. ACCM's opening was like compared to Slam's like that's what that tells you, right? Maybe there was a pause. I don't know. Kind of cool. I love looking at the APM of the high level players. So, game number 3. Or pardon me, game number 3. Game number 4 is in the books, and we are all even up, which is just awesome. Because now we're going to game number 5. Does chatting count towards the APM? Ah, I didn't even consider that. Very, very, very possible. Here we go. We continue with Slam versus ACCM, game number 5. This time, ACCM is going to be in the south, playing as the Turks. Slam is going to be in the north in blue, playing as the Japanese. So Japanese versus Turks. Hold up 1 second real quick while I update my on-screen scoreboard. I have 2 scoreboards. Some people have 1 scoreboard. Here at Grass Studios, we have 2 scoreboards. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. This game 7 being played via Twitch plays AoE. Come back on Tuesday. What's that going to be? Tuesday the something or other. It's whatever. It's July 2nd now. The first Tuesday after this one will be Twitch plays AoE on twitch.tv/Grathray. Bam. This channel. People in the chat now. We have scoreboard A and scoreboard B. The actual reason for multiple scoreboards is that people come in the chat and ask what the score is, even though there's 2 places on the screen that have the scoreboard. If I could, I'd also have a button that makes the score flash up just like, you know, something like that. Looking at both players' maps, so Slam as the Japanese player is going to have forward and exposed stone and no rear res. This is a hideous map. Slam has an absolute hideous map. This is atrocious. All of his gold is on the front. All of his stone is on the front or exposed on the other side of a wood line. His gold and berries are forward. It's the worst map I've seen in a long time. He has no protected wood. I don't even want to look at this. Get this map away from me. Just get it away from me. Is ACCM's base any better? Boy, ACCM has an absolute gem of a map. Like, in comparison. Like, wall. Oh, look, we have all of our res walled in. This isn't even fair. Okay, so, I mean, the consequences of this, if you're Slam, is you have to play really aggressive. You need map control. This map is so bad. Slam should get a re. As I continue transfunctioner, this is absolutely a horrible map. What is the score? Asks Brown Ninja. You can totally make that button stop you. You're actually right. That's the worst part. Slam doing what Slam does best, which is putting deer underneath his town center using his scout. ACCM knows who he's playing. He's doing the same thing. Lutato. Or Lootdo. Thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Has there been any YOLO laming yet? No, there actually has not been any laming whatsoever. I think we did see ACCM come forward the first game and try and snag a sheep, I think. That was about it. At least the woodlines are not in Narnia. This is actually true. So Supreme Platypus has pointed out that this is actually a fairly close woodline. And in theory, like, you could still wall this. As ugly as this map is, you could wall out like this. I wish I had Grath Trade working still. You could wall it like this and kind of protect this. The idea is that you want this protected from potential archers. As your opponent is Turks, they could go I mean, Man-at-Arms Archers is a solid opening for Turks because they can transition into CA.
I found him.
But they could also open Scouts. If I'm ACCM, though, I think I open Man-at-Arms Archers or Drush. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be Man-at-Arms Archers or Scouts. Actually, more likely. Because he's already on the way up to... Yeah, they're both going to be 21 pop up. This is going to be Man-at-Arms from Slam. Japanese get faster attacking Man-at-Arms and Pikemen, actually, as well. Can I get a link to the Star Trek vid? Yes. I'll actually do that for you right now. I got no problem doing that. You're welcome. It's a common request. People love that. There's a reason it's my sub song. Who is the favorite right now for this game? I mean, for the overall, for the match, Alba. It's hard to say. Turks with better cavalry archers, Turks with better cavalry options generally, as their leg cav get extra pierce armor. Archer range going down from ACCM. I think this is more in response to the Man-at-Arms than anything else. Like, I don't think his intention was to try and attack Slam with archers. Like, I think ACCM really just wants to get rid of these things. One thing you have to be careful of is Japanese Man-at-Arms and a Scout will actually eat through a palisade. So this will actually go down with all four of them attacking really slowly and eventually break through, at least in my experience, or goes through... Am I incorrect? Maybe I could be wrong about that. Maybe it's with the spear mixed in. Oh, I think it might be with a spear mixed in. I think it's once the Japanese player adds a spear, and they have 3 Men-at-Arms, a spear, and a Scout, it will eat a palisade. Someone's running a prediction. There we go. We can find out who the favorite is. Thanks, Alba. So you guys can vote with your channel points in the chat. Who do you think's going to take this one? And then you can use your channel points to set up all kind of crazy things like that. Or, that, I probably just got nailed on copyright on 2 different things now. I'll probably have to edit that whole section out when I send it to YouTube now. Great. Why'd I do that? That's what are you going to do? Hello, YouTube. Well, Slam has an archer behind his Men-at-Arms, which is going to make this a mess for ACCM to try and deal with. I wonder if he's going archers himself. I think a better option would have been Skirm. I scouts the Skirms would have been a better play, I think. Man, Japanese Men-at-Arms are so frustrating to deal with. These archers are doing... I think just clearing up the Men-at-Arms. If you're ACCM, kill the Men-at-Arms and just be glad you don't have to deal with the stupid things anymore. Honestly. Yeah. They're so frustrating to deal with. So I think if you're ACCM, you take this now. You don't even care about doing damage or anything else. You're just glad you don't have Japanese Man-at-Arm banging at your door anymore. And that he's going to be able to get the rest of his walls up. The other thing is that there is one really crummy thing about ACCM's base for the mid to late game, which is that he has no rear wood. Like, it's a barren wasteland back here. It'll be nice to have lots of room for farms, but expanding outwards is going to be so critical for ACCM. Like, Slam's expansion path is really clear. Like, he expands this way, and he has a trapped wood. He have a trapped gold. He has a trapped wolf. Yeah. Wait, this isn't live, right? I mean, I'm alive. Are you alive? What is life? Who am I? Who's gonna... What is... I don't know! Too many questions! Showmatch, no, it's a recast from yesterday. Blizzard. This happened, like, about 20 hours ago. More than 20. Like 18 hours ago. I missed it. I wanted to cast it. And I was going to cast it offline, and I was just like, I'm just going to stream myself casting it. Screw it. Well, Blizzard, I would appreciate if you don't spoil then. I think most of us know the results, Sally, so these predictions are rigged. Okay. Well, I'd appreciate if you don't spoil it, because I don't know who wins this game in particular, and I don't know who wins the set either. I only know how long the set goes. So cheers. I mean, if you know the outcome of the game, then great. But maybe mods we won't run anymore for the rest of the series then. What? Don't blame me. I blame thank you, Chef Randy. It's all your fault. Thank you, Chef Randy. Treadmill, if you're serious, then I would appreciate, not being spoiled for the thing that I'm casting. And if you're not serious, then nice. Not serious. Thank you. I freaking Twitch chat. 68 minutes long, sadly. Oh, okay. Great. Thanks, Twitch chat, for your informative content that pertains directly to the archers that are marching into the pit. Can we get into the shoot the thing and then walk in faster? It's not going. This is too slow. Walk. Thank you. Okay, no, don't walk. Oh god. All right. Well, he could have just, but it's fine. He dove. He's in, but now his numbers aren't big enough to do anything. And how many unprotected villas are there over here? There's 5. So he could get 2 or 3 here. He could get no. Don't fight the scout. Dive the vills. Okay. Well, that's bad. This is bad. It's not good. He's not. He's also nope. It's not. It's okay. They're all dead. Slam really needed that to go this way and kill 3 more vills. Is what he, or at least 1 more. At least 1 more. 2 would have been better. 3 would have been ideal. Both players hit Castle Age. Slam has 3 more vills, so it didn't do nothing. That wasn't completely a waste, but it also it didn't do the damage that it really could have, should have, needed to, etc. And now ACCM, I think, is going to be going into we've got light cav and crossbows in the queue. In contrast, Slam has crossbows. 11 of them his own, a second range going up. Does he have a third range? No, he's second range in a university. I think he's predicting the light cav from the Turk player. So you get again, you're getting university, you can get ballistics. The only real reason to pick up university this early in the game. There's nothing else at the university. It really gives your units any kind of a power spike or advantage. So there's literally no reason to build this at this point, unless you're either fast imping or you're getting ballistics. And I don't think Slam's gonna be fast imping looking at his eco. So it's to get ballistics. But what is he really that worried about the light cav? He must be. If he's going archers and he's like, he knows his opponent's going light cav, he doesn't want to deal with that. But then my question is, why are you also not making spears behind that? Slam's also floating like a lot of wood. I think we delete a house even. And we drop a what's the housing situation at? 63 out of 9. Yeah, delete a house and get a TC down here. And I'd consider sprinting out here and getting a TC down with our army to protect. But I mean, instead he's getting a market to mix with his. What's going on? I'm so confused as to what Slam's doing. He's not queuing up any units. Is this TC idle too? This town center was idle for so long. ACCM's town center's been idle for a while. Or what? No, I'm an idiot. But Slam's town center was idle for forever. Also, he could wander his archers into a little narrow alcove and get eaten by some light cav and crossbows. And was floating so much wood. I think he wanted thumb ring and ballistics was why he was floating all that wood. And now he's getting a town center down. Okay. ACCM is 3 TC now. Slam's going to struggle to do any damage with these crossbows. He'll be able to harass this woodline. I really wish this town center had been out here. I understand the appeal of keeping it inside, but I just feel like not having protected wood is really going to sting ACCM late game. He could expand out this way. That'd be nice. You could grab all this. That might actually be huge for ACCM. I don't think there's the amount of damage that ACCM is going to be able to pick up here is going to be really limited. Because there's very, very few vills that are actually exposed. Whereas Slam's base is a little bit more open in the sense that, pardon me, ACCM's base is a little bit more open. Slam's base is closed in, ACCM can't find damage. Oof. So he's going back. Bunch of light cav could clear this up with, yep, I was just going to say a scorpion from that siege workshop. I'm not crazy about the siege workshop, actually. I'm not crazy about the siege workshop. I think it should be here. But he was perhaps just worried about the physical location of these. Wow, 1 scorp and 3 light cav. Doing some work. Nice micro there from Slam. I find it so... I've tried to micro against scorpions. For some reason, I just find it very unintuitive. This is going to get wiped up by the light cav, I think. A little bit of a surround from ACCM. No, miss micro. That'll get cleared up. More archers back at home from Slam. As the rest of those get wiped up. One last archer shot. Kill. Thank you. Thank you. Now I don't have to look at it anymore. You can't. You have to watch every last unit die, right? Or what's wrong with you? That looks sick. You see it like get hung up on the hill? Man, that's some high quality graphics. All right, here we go. The Knights are going to make this such a better fight for Slam. The knights and the spears. That's going to go down, and this is going to get evaporated. Military is currently 11 to 33. We need a mangonel. The tower. I actually love this tower. The tower is to prevent the castle from going up. Such a solid read from ACCM. I'm actually astonished right now. This is such a clean tower. Slam, yeah, he's going to have to drop it over here instead. And this is such a worse castle now. It's still all right. It's going to cut off a bunch of farms. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 farms going to get denied. Take out a range and a barracks. It's not so bad. And it will take down this this tower. And then also deny this gold, kind of. So it's a solid castle. It's not as nice as it would have been. It's not game ending. It's just really, really crappy for ACCM. And it is going to go up. But I love that he put the tower down to try and deny the castle preemptively. That was brilliant. So yeah, Slayer's got a big angry castle in his opponent's face now. ACCM's running off with these cavalry. Gonna head off and try and find damage. This is the little scorpion that could. This is Sean the Scorpion. He's gonna chill out and just try and murder a bunch of innocent people with his pals. Meanwhile, Slam's marching into ACCM's questionably forward economy. And also questionably standing next to, a Siege Workshop that's filling up with a mangonel right now. And there's two things happening at once. And one of them could be a bada boom in a second. We're going to see if Slam gets these archers out of here in time. Looks like he is going to react in time as those dive. Oh, mangonel's going to pop out. Could get a big shot here. Slam right on the edge of that mangonel's rage. The knights dove, but the pikes to defend from Slam, faster attacking pikemen. That castle, oh, that town center is going to die. That castle is going to take down that town center with the help of that ram. Ram cleaning up that town center. This is not enough to clean this. This is a bad fight. Oh! Big miss there. 2 shots to take down the mangonel from hill with that mass. And some villagers, some farms going to get caught out here. We have a castle going up at a very questionable location. I wonder if this it's just because he wants to protect that gold. I don't know. Archers are out of position, though, to do anything about this. They would need to wander all the way over here. 3 archers isn't going to do it. Well, maybe it will. Light Cav needs to go take this out now. Ram's coming out. Ooh. Ooh. And the ram, ooh, and the mangonel. This is a sick fight. The ram from the ram from Slam, the mangonel from ACCM is going to deny this push, and this castle is going to go up with 2 villagers building it, and that's going to secure that forward gold from ACCM. Does he not know that he has this? ACCM, you've got gold back here. Why are you so worried about this? Uh-oh. Feeding a couple bills to that castle. ACCM's hot on the trail of this archer mass. Slam's got to be careful, because when you do this stop micro with the archers, you give time for the mangonel to catch up. So at a certain point, you have to grab your... Yeah, exactly. You have to grab the archers and walk and run away. This is going to... There's going to be a shot here. Like a mango shot will land here any second from ACCM. A little good... Oh, come on! Oh, ACCM, you had it. You had that. Any petards or anything from this side? No. And wow, that mango's going to go down to a knight. Slam's going to save the archer mass. Holy mackerel. Solid play from Slam saving the archer mass there. Did not think that was going to work out. And the Rams are still finding some value here. They took out some buildings that ACCM had. Villager count, by the way, 89 for ACCM. It's 83 from Slam. So that damage from that dive actually was, like, not inconsequential. What's dying? Oh, Vil. Yep, hitting Imp first is pretty huge for Slam here. How far away is... Oh, ACCM might be dead, guys. ACCM is going to struggle here. For sure. Like, Imp is on its way, but it's 2 minutes away. It's going to give so much time for Slam to get Rams out, to get Arbalests, and maybe even a Halberdier in. Yeah, so ACCM going to have to try and raid. Faster attacking pikemen. Like, I know that you have extra pierce armor, that's all. They're just like Cav with extra pierce armor. They'll still get eaten by pikes. Especially faster attacking pikemen. The crossbows finding a weak spot in ACCM. Yeah, ACCM needing that. Remember I was talking about ACCM going to need wood? Well, this is the situation that ACCM's in. This is the only safe wood that ACCM's going to take. Maybe even needs to run off over here. Anyways, the Trebs are out from Slam. They're going to finish off this castle. ACCM is still another minute away from hitting Imperial. And 20 eco back. 20 villagers back now. Absolutely getting out of hand. Slam still hasn't had Arbalest come in. I think I saw Bracer, though. Yeah, we got 5+4 on these suckers. And this game is over. Slam's going to take game 5, and it's going to be 3-2. Slam is 1 win away from taking the show match. And that was sick. What a sick game. That wasn't like a crazy, that was just a really clean meta game. Like both players going for their a really solid unit composition. Maybe Turks from ACC, or maybe CA from ACCM. But there's just no way to get all those upgrades you need. Like he was struggling as it was. What was the KD? Hold on. 125-70 for Slam. Yeah, I'm enjoying this set. I'm actually so glad I decided to cast this set. I'm going to try and do more of these. What's this do? Ah. Oh. Fancy. That's sweet capture age technology for you. Lines. Look at those lines. Nice. I love the way capture age works now. I don't have to push a button. Just automatically connects. It's so nice. I actually love it. So, game number 6 of Slam versus ACCM, brought to you by Mshuggah. In red in the north, ACCM this time going to be playing as the Tatars. And Slam in the south is going to be playing as the Saracens. So both players playing really strong archer civs. Tatars, again, was some of the best CA in the game. Somebody tell me I think Saracens have fully upgraded cavalry archers as well. So it's not even that bad of an option for the Saracen player here. The advantage for the Tatars, they get silk armor, which I believe gives their cavalry archers extra armor off the top of my head. And they also get a hill bonus. So everybody gets a hill bonus, but the Tatars, their hill bonus is stronger than any other civs, as they take less damage and give even more damage than a regular civilization does. Buggy, good to see you. So early, are you feeling okay? Time is meaningless. Time is meaningless. That time's not meaningless. It's 2 minutes 56 seconds in. We already at 10 pop, and the meta of what the players is going to be doing takes shape as we see both players going 4 to wood. And not pushing deer, actually, is ACCM. Wait, did he push a deer? I think ACCM did push a deer. No, he did not. 4. 4 to Slam's 3. Slam squeezing a deer push in. Both players playing in their board. Really clean for both players so far. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Hello, Dark Age, my old friend. Grath is shifting out of his vampire stage. Now I'm becoming a beautiful butterfly. I don't know what that entails, but I don't know. I wouldn't trust me when I say that I wouldn't be lying. Got him. We got him. All right. Whoa, how did Slam win that last one? Treadmill, you're going to have to watch the YouTube channel. Got him. Hi, YouTube. Or I guess you could go watch the VOD. Oh, those were not quick enough walls. You see what I did there? It's not quick enough walls. That was a bad joke.
Hazır.
Poor lion. That poor lion. Salute our fallen heroes. The lions of Arabia. Well, Slam is clicked up. ACCM is going to be Drush FC, presumably. Yeah, getting deer. I think this is going to be Drush FC from ACC. Whoops, pardon me. Going to be Drush FC from ACCM. Bonk. Yeah, ACCM does not want to lose this scout because it weakens the Drush significantly. Because then you can't villager block anywhere near as easily, but I don't think it's going to matter here. Also because you just want to keep that scout alive. Having the mobility of your scout early on in the game is so important. And he's just going to elect to hit the gold mine. So he doesn't need to kill Vills. He doesn't need to even force off berries or anything like that. Force villagers off a resource. Just this is going to be enough. Eventually this will cause idle time. It's better than nothing, at least. Certainly a lot better than nothing. We'll eventually be forced to repair this mining camp. Is Slam. Right? Slam. You're going to repair that mining camp, right? Slam's 6 bills back. That's, I know ACCM is a whole age back, but... let's just click up just happened. So ACCM is on the way up to feudal. Let's ignore the, queue timer seems to be a little screwed up, and we're being forced to repair that mining camp is what I was zooming in on. Market going down from the Saracen Slam. So that's going to help things out. So Saracens, not only do they get the market bonus wherein they have much better rates, so that it makes really lots of sense early on in the game for them to trade resources back and forth, get themselves a little extra gold boost. Not only that, the markets cost less. They only cost 75 wood, so super encouraged by the game to go and abuse that particular mechanic. Feudal is 5 and a little bit of bills, yeah. And at this stage, like ACCM is going to catch up to Feudal. The thing is, though, Treadmill and anybody else listening, is when you delay your up like this, if you get away with it, like the way that ACCM has by using his drush, like these can die now. That doesn't even matter. The point wasn't even for them to kill. The point is to delay all of this long enough that ACCM can now hit Feudal Age and went up to Feudal Age with more villagers than Slam did. So that entire time that they were idle, they had more villagers gathering resources, which is actually pretty significant. So ACCM, yeah, should get a range down and a smith and get some skirms out and just stick around in Feudal Age as long as you need to. Don't be wasteful, but just make sure you can defend yourself. And you should end up in Castle Age ahead of your opponent. And then you might be able to snowball from there. Are we actually going to get a Vill here? Hold on.
Amron.
And ACCM manages to snipe the villager. I think probably would have preferred to keep the scout alive there. And all the deer, really smart by Slam, who shot all the deer to prevent ACCM from killing them with the militia and preventing Slam from taking them. So Slam could take them now. They're a little bit further away than maybe Slam would have preferred, but he can at least take the deer now. And some archers have come forwards to harass ACCM. Well, there's 3 archers. Just pop your skirms out for your own archers. Or just wait. Like, you can just go, like, take stragglers for a minute. Garrison and take stragglers and then go back to gold. I don't think you needed this tower. I think that's a bit of a waste from ACCM. Remember I was talking about get up to castle with an advantage? Well, now you've thrown some of that away. ACCM, by building this tower, has basically determined that he's going to be 1 TC for a little bit, right? Maybe his play all along was to go into cavalry archers, so that's fine, but... Oh god, the explosion's incredible. It's good to see you. I don't know if your explosion, well, took this guy out. Oh god, the lion. No. So many dead lions. Why? Don't understand. Why do these players hate lions so much?
نعم مستعد نعم مستعد
Now we're in Castle Age. What are we gonna do? Crossbows, CA. Crossbows. Okay. I mean, Tatar's best option is going to be cavalry archers long term, but we've seen it already this series. Massing cavalry archers can be really difficult. You don't want to be the player trying to mass CA while your opponent has a bunch of army that you don't. That's just the way it is. ACCM has found a way to lose 8 crossbows to 10 unupgraded feudal archers. Really sick micro from Slam, quite frankly. I'm pretty sure dodged almost every crossbow bolt with that group of archers. Kind of crazy. Bodkin has already come in for Slam. So Slam has Bodkin. Wait. ACCM didn't have Bodkin that whole time? Well, like I know crossbows, you get a little bit of a power spike just from the crossbow upgrade because you get extra damage output. And I think they fire faster too. But, like... not having Bodkin, like, you would have won that fight for sure, maybe? I don't know. Although Slam dodged all the shots anyway, so it doesn't matter how strong the shots are if you're freaking dodging them like you're Neo in the Matrix. I don't think so. Slam will be able to work his way in there. ACCM's going to come forward with his own little batch of archers and try and push Slam off of wood. Does Slam have any protected wood? No, the Slam's base is kind of like ACCM's last game, where there's no rear protected wood whatsoever. Like, it's all forward and exposed. This is really messy. This choke is really... But, I mean, Slam's in. So it doesn't really matter how nice ACCM's base looks now that it's all exposed. ACCM has 5 crossbows to Slam 7. Slam has armor that ACCM doesn't. So this is not a good fight for ACCM. You would need to like micro like crazy. He does have defender's advantage, and then he can feed archers in. Fortunately, it broke Quantum Transfunctioner. I ordered replacement parts today. Crossbows. Found a couple vills on this wood line from ACCM. I'm just them hanging around and being frustrated, and that's going to get cleared up. So ACCM's clearing up Slam at his own base while he's being irritating at Slam's base. So good job from ACCM here. However, Slam has a 5-villager lead, currently 40-35 for Slam. And more crossbows knocking at the door of ACCM's base. Use the mighty. Ah. Little dance there from ACCM actually might have been getting some work done there, as that's actually going to get cleared up even with the hill advantage. And ACCM has walked right through Slam's base with no value with these crossbows. Like they went from here, they went around, they went through, there's nothing. It's empty. It's a ghost town. Slam's moved on, rearranged his base so that they're not vulnerable. I don't like Slam's base, though. It's so open and so exposed. Like, crossbows here would be so damaging right now. And that's exactly what's going to happen. You can see them marching forwards. Yeah, ACCM has 19 military to Slam's 10. Slam keeps putting his military in good spots, though, and getting Vil picks. Another 3 going down there. Oh, thought it was going to be 3. Wow, 3 HP there. And is this closed up? This was closed up. Could work his way back in. Another town center going down there in the back of ACCM's base. And the archers, as I said, hitting that wood line. It picked off at least 4 Vils there. Wow. And Slam is absolutely got to be feeling it now. ACCM has brought this back, quite frankly. It's 40-41 now in favor of Slam, but military 24-12 in favor of ACCM. So ACCM, with the military lead, is doing damage. Going to come back and clear for Slam's forward. Losing this forward's really critical for Slam. He needs this alive to be able to do damage to hang on here. Like if he loses that forward military, going to be really struggling. And it's only 6 crossbows. He needs to get 2 or 3 Vils here, or ACCM is going to take the lead, because ACCM is just shutting Slam down. Where can Slam get wood? Slam can't get wood. This game might be over. Yeah, this game might be over right here. I don't know. I don't see... Slam, you've got bigger problems. He needs this, like I said, he really needs this army alive, because he needs a way to do damage in return or he loses the game, right? But guess what? It's already 32-47 villagers in favor of ACCM. And Slam has lost so many Vils to this crossbow push. It's crazy. This one is going to a Game 7, folks. For sure. Spoiler alert. I knew that. I did know that. This is the one game that I was going to have spoiled for me in the whole set. But I honestly, the way I thought it was going to be closer than this. Slam just got, like, remember I said earlier about how both of these players have had games where they just dummy the other one? Well, this is just crazy. The way that ACCM has taken such a tiny advantage in Feudal Age and snowballed it into a win with these crossbows. Slam has needed a siege workshop for so long. He doesn't have the wood. He doesn't have wood for siege. That's the problem. He doesn't have wood for siege workshop. He doesn't have wood for mangonels from the siege workshop. Scorpions, nothing. He needs to expand back here. He needed another town center on wood. And your second TC, I think, should always be on wood. If it can be on gold too, that's ideal. But it should always be on wood, because if you get cut off from wood, your game's just over. If you get cut off from gold, it sucks. KB, good to see you. Good old D wood generation is right. Slam's hanging in it. Military's 20-14 in favor of ACCM. He could catch this out here. He's actually going to kill a bunch of ACCM's army. That'll keep Slam in it. Scorley doesn't look so scary when it's only 600. But ACCM adding a third town center now. So he'll be up to 3 TCs in a second. And how many farms has he got? He's already on 18 farms. So he'll be full crank. Like, he's got no worries here. ACCM can just reproduce his... he can repopulate his world, his colony, with fresh batches of crossbows, and Slam is going to struggle once he loses this batch. Yeah, Slam is 1 TC now, effectively. Like, he's 2 TC, but he's got to play this like he's 1 TC. If that makes sense. He needs to maintain an army lead, or he's going to lose. And he needs to snowball from there. KB, thank you very much with the $5 dono. Replacement subscription. Jeff will need a 2.5 in space for everyone watching on YouTube is what KB said. Thank you very much, KB. For the $5. Slam clears up ACCM's army, but I'm just going to reiterate that, like, ACCM could just afford to throw army at his opponent right now. He has 30 more villagers. He can just reproduce his entire army that he lost. Even now, he actually still has a military lead. Like, it looks bad if you're Slam, who loses another vill on this wood line over here. Imagine if this had been out here. Slam could have been taking safe wood here this whole time. Little decisions like that factor so much. And you know what? An extra 5 tiles of walking distance really doesn't make that much of a difference. Dude, KB, thank you very much. Have an explosion. Free explosion for KB. Unfortunately, it didn't take out the Slam's archery ranges. So ACCM is going to be forced to build a forward castle. That's a pretty mean castle, too, because Slam does not have clean access to wood once this castle goes up. That's a GG castle. Well, that guy could build a lumber camp, maybe. And ACCM is going to struggle to build that given the complete lack of army. But a single mangonel could also just make it very easy for ACCM to go forward. So we'll see if that happens. Ooh, feeding archers in. Mangonel! Mangonel! Oh, it's gonna rain down some rocks upon some archers in a second. Slam. 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 Don't do it. Slam! ACCM's gonna... Maybe he's not. No attack ground. ACCM. Okay, that's not good. I guess that castle's never going to get built. I mean, ACCM doesn't care. He's got 50 more villagers. He just needs to not die. Like, hey, let's not send 30 villagers forward to try and force this castle up, and he's fine. Defensive castle. Where would you put it? This should be a defensive castle now. I think you just put it... Where do you have extra gold? Here. You can put it here. Yeah, this is fine. Because this effectively controls that section of the map, so... And Slam's not really going to want to hang out here because the mangonel can pop out, and you don't know if it's going to be like 2 mangonels, 2 scorpions. You don't know what's going to come out of that. You don't want to chill here. You don't want to chill here. Slam, you don't want to chill here. All right, well, that's bada boom. Here we go. And another big shot from the mango in a second. Woohoo, dodged by Slam. And Slam's actually going to call a GG. And that is the correct call. A really strong defense from ACCM is going to force this one to a game 7. Which I'm totally pumped to cast. Usually get the second archer armor fast. Apparently it's not important. Since 11, it is important. The second second archer armor is important. When it's not important is when you can dodge your opponent's ballistics. Then it's not important. As soon as when you can dodge before your opponent gets ballistic. As soon as you can't dodge your opponent's shots anymore, it starts you pretty much need it. I could be wrong. They seem to avoid it a lot more. I know for a fact that the attack upgrade is like 1,000 times more important with your archers, though. This was very much in favor of ACCM for quite a while, though. Props to Slam for making a run at turning that back the other way. It's a game 6, and your opponent's facing elimination, so I don't blame him for stretching that one out a little bit and making sure. What's the uptime there? Very clean uptime from both players. All right, guys, it's time. Game 7. It all comes down to this. What? One game. One victor. $100 because it was a 60-40 split. Thanks to Mshuggah for setting up this show match. I hope you guys are as excited for Game 7 as I am. Let's see what we got. Slam in the East for Game 7 is going to be playing as the Malians. ACCM in the West playing as Sean on AoE's favorite civilization, one of my moderators, the Berbers. Who's Sean on AoE? You'll find out if you come to twitch.tv/Grathrang and hang out long enough. You YouTube people. Come watch the live show. You can make explosions happen. Although nobody's been doing anything in chat hardly at all this entire show match. It's so loud, Treadmill. Thank you, Stickalicious. Fortunately, the missiles don't affect anything in the game. That's the one thing that I can't do. Lavid, could you be a favor and type !score R space and then 3 into the chat, please? And fix the scoreboard. There we go. That's more like it. Yeah, ACCM's base keeps getting pummeled with grenades and explosives, so I'm going to switch over to Slam's base here. Yeah, armor upgrades. Back to the last game, we were just talking about the armor upgrades for archers. For skirmishers, it's very important. Did you get a new PC to run Capture Age? I have my old laptop, and I'm running the game and Capture Age on that. And Capture Age is also updated and runs quite a bit better than it used to. Okay, 11. I guess I can update the score. It's all right. This is game number 7, guys. So you can see the split at the top as we had 1-2-2-1 split. Kind of crazy. You were walking around. It's all good. I was just like, you were literally right. I literally was just like talking to you, and then it's okay. I got it. Maybe I should maybe I should add a button. I should add myself a button so I don't have to type a command. See, but then if I add a button, then the mods won't do it, and then I'm back to doing it myself. What the hell's the point of that? I'm trying to trick the mods into doing my work for me. That's how you get it done. Slam idled a bit. Maybe because he was getting some quick walls down around that barracks. It's coming out of your salary. Yeah, all that hard-earned cash that I pay my mods. Dozens of fractions of cents. Do I still have a mod command? No mods have any commands now, Albatross. I decided I didn't like my mods anymore, so I got rid of their commands. Take that. Got him. So, in fact, I've gotten a decrease in pay. That is accurate. Plus, I didn't match inflation to begin with, so... ACCM's base. Gotta talk about the game. ACCM's in the corner of a map. You've heard me mention once today already how important being in the corner of a map is. It makes it very easy to wall off. And it also makes expansion easier. What's really nice about ACCM's base in this case is he has a rear wood line that'll be set up from a corner wall. So he will eventually go out and do something like that. I don't know if he'll go out to this wood line like this, but yeah. He's got small walls up around his berries and his lumber camps as well. And that's going to be to protect from the Malian presumed man-at-arms push that Slam is going to go with. Though, yeah, there's the militia just getting queued up now. So Malians get extra pierce armor on their men-at-arms. I think it applies to their pikemen as well. So they get one extra pierce armor per age on their barracks units. How much is that really going to factor in against the Berbers? Well, it could come into play. The Berbers are going to be kind of inclined to be going into a scouts knights push. They have really cheap stable units beginning in Castle Age, so they get super cheap knights. And he removed pet the mods. What? 11, why did you delete your command? I was going to put them all back eventually. I was actually going to put all of the commands back under a browser source, so I didn't have to run it off my PC. Feels bad, man. I haven't gotten to it yet. There's a lot of things in my stupid OBS. All right? A lot of things. I would do them right now, but YouTube would get angry at me. Offensive archery range from ACCM. I wonder if that's to try and clear this drush up, or if he was always intending to be going into... He can't have, because he didn't make any sort of, like, militia, men-at-arms. Maybe just forgot, I don't know. I think he just wants to clear up the men-at-arms, so we're going to go with an archery range to try and clear that. Back to what I was saying about how the pierce armor could factor in, though. Not only for this reason, because these men-at-arms now have an extra pierce armor shot on them, but also once we get into Castle Age, if you're Slam, you're going to be pretty inclined to be making pikes against your opponent's knights, which the Berber player is likely to spam. And then the follow-up from the Berber player would then be a camel archer, skirm, or archer's crossbow back, something like that, cavalry arch, something like that to back up, something with range. And the extra pierce armor will help out a lot. So I think for that reason alone, if you're the Berbers, maybe you don't go camel archers or skirms or crossbows, but instead you go scorps. Having one more pierce armor against a scorpion doesn't factor in as much. Scorpions have like 14 attack, I think. So one less attack on that is like whatever. I don't even know if they do. I don't even know if scorpions even do pierce armor damage. It just doesn't matter. It's just too much DPS to matter. One less attack like that not applying. Myth says, hope we see long swords. The red secondary goals are closer to Slam than ACCM. They're pretty out there. And then there's even this gold's like pretty far away. But this one's really close to... Some of the extra resources are... Both the extra resources are actually really close to ACCM's base. So although his secondary resources are exposed, the auxiliary resources are both really close to ACCM. 12 Pierce, 16 for Heavy Scorp. Thank you, TP01234 in the chat. ACCM opening up that base, trying to get some efficiency back in his workers. Might regret that in a minute. Although these are ranged, so it doesn't matter anyways. We have our own little army ready to defend, and ACCM has fletching, lacking the armor, and we have fletching and no armor for Slam too, so relatively even here. And we have, what is that, 6 ranged units versus 6 ranged units with some melee mixed in for Slam in front of that. Scorpions do bonus damage versus Ellie? What? Did not know that. If AoE would show DPS instead of digit attack, it'd be a cool mod if someone could make an AoE or a DPS mod where you click on a unit like this and it shows the DPS somewhere. Capture Age could use a DPS indicator. That might be difficult though. Might be difficult to implement. It's also hard to quantify DPS. It's more like a general concept that it's good to know about. And that you generally try to increase broadly as opposed to like knowing specific numbers of. This is a mean push from Slam. ACCM isn't reacting with the villagers on the gold. Okay, there we go. Maybe trying to lure Slam in to his army, figuring that he's going to win this engagement. We do have Pierce Armor for ACCM now. And the villagers are tanking shots, fighting skirmishers. This is a great fight for ACCM. He's going to clear up Slam's army. Slam's 4 vills back. But ACCM doesn't have wheelbarrow while Slam does. I also feel like the follow-up for Slam will be stronger out of this. For some reason. ACCM's clicked up the castle. This is bad. This is bad for Bitcoin. I mean, bad for Slam. Military's 9 to 5. But, I mean, big freaking deal. Like, where is it going to go and what's it going to do? And ACCM can just make a few skirms to kill whatever doesn't get killed by what he already has. DPS is attack speed time damage. That might actually be useful just to see which units have more DPS. And it'd be interesting to see like potential DPS versus actual DPS. So like how efficient you're being with moving your units. Because right now, like in theory, the archers could be doing damage, right? But they're moving, so they can't. Actually, one of the cooler mechanics, I think, in AoE is that you can't fire while you're moving. DPS isn't useful because of the enemy armor. That's what I was kind of getting at, 11, is it's more just like a general indicator. So ACCM having hit Castle Age first is going to pick up Bowsaw immediately. We have villagers and knights in the queue. So knights from the Malian, or from the Berber, pardon me, against the Malian player. Malian player can add pikes. I think you go pike crossbow if you're Slam. Yeah, pike crossbow makes a lot of sense for Slam here. Let's take a peek at both players' Fog of War real quick. I want to see what Slam can see about. I mean, he's got to know how exposed this base is, and a bit less information for ACCM about Slam's base, but overall, whoa! Got to find out about those archers the old-fashioned way by running headlong into them. Crossbow upgrade literally just coming in for Slam as I'm panning across here. And Monastery, curiously enough, for ACCM. Why isn't this a Siege Workshop? That should really be a Siege Workshop somewhere. Ooh, crossbows? Man, these could be doing a lot of work if they were sitting right here, but they're not. They're sitting in the wrong spot. We need +2 on these suckers. Husbandry would be nice, but +2 would be even better. I almost think maybe you don't even want husbandry compared to this. Great town center. That's going to cut off any kind of attack from the crossbows. They could creep in around back here, but meh. And are we going to add another town center maybe up front on one of these 2 forward res? Ooh, camels being mixed in from the Malian player. It's kind of like a scary good option for them. And this is why, wow, great. Remember I was saying, why the hell did we add this instead of a Siege Workshop? ACCM with the read on the camels from Slam. Absolutely sick play. I don't even know where's this. Where's the stable? There it is. Like ACCM couldn't have even seen the stable go up. Song, how you doing? I'm casting some Slam versus some ACCM from last night. And this is game 7. It's been a sick series, man. And I came in right before this. So just before this was when I started, when I stopped watching this game. So I have no idea what happens from here. I was like, oh man, I really want to watch and see how this game ends. And I was watching from Slam's point of view. My impression was the camel switch. Here's what I thought at the time when I was watching this game. Was that this camel switch from Slam is going to win him the game. Because the Slammels, the Slammels and camels and crossbows, the crossbows and camel combination are super strong against Berbers. And it's every time that I've died as the Berbers, it's been to this. But I also neglect to add monks in the way that ACCM has here. So I'm wondering how crucial that's going to be. And some sick micro from ACCM is going to clean all this up. And the full surround on the archers, that's all going to go down. Slam is remassing in the middle. He's got to switch into knights now. Yeah, I think he goes camel knight. Camel and then transition into knight. Give up on the crossbows. He's got 4 more crossbows queued up.
Dial 911. Tell the police to get up here quick. Somebody's about to get killed.
It's possible. It's possible. ACCM has 18 military to Slam's 9, and also 7 more villagers. So pretty firm lead for ACCM here. Slam has his work cut out for him for sure. Can one of my mods give Song a shout out? Guys, Song streams. If you want high level gameplay, man, go check Song out. Thank you, 11. Healing up these knights is ACCM. So there is 1 Malian camel mixed in there. But Berbers can make their own camels. They don't need to convert. They don't need to convert Malian camels. So we're going. So we are going to go camel crossbow. Sticking to the camel crossbow army comp is Slam. Militarily, I mean, we're even on military. It's just that I feel like this many knights. You have so much more DPS on a knight. So knights with the 12 attack, right? Camels only have 6. The difference is that they get bonus versus the Knights. Wow, I kind of like this flank that's happening from ACCM. He doesn't know about this. We know about this. They don't. He's going to push this base. At the very least, it's going to force Slam's army back. This is why being aggressive is so important, is when you're aggressive like this, you get to dictate when, how, and where fights happen. So now ACCM can take this fight away from his base. Slam's going to be forced to idle villagers, build stuff, repair stuff, and be a lot more stressed about winning or losing this fight. Oh no! No. Slam's going to micro them. Why is he microing the... Slam microing the monks just cost himself this fight. Slam needed the DPS from those crossbows. It's not even that they shot at the monks, it's that they walked for so long without doing anything. And now ACCM has so many knights and military. 24 to 5 military. We have 2 castles going down. This is the 3rd time this has happened this series where players are building castles in range of each other. ACCM only has 10 villagers building this. Slam should be able to get his castle up first. I don't know if ACCM's will go up anyways, but Slam's will go up for sure. Gonna be close here for ACCM. Slam's camels are gonna come back and try and deny this. And as well as the castle going up for Slam now also should work to deny this oh man. ACCM had this game. This castle was a bit of an overextension by ACCM. If it had been on this hill, I think ACCM wanted to deny the gold and sense the opportunity. But I think if this had been up on this hill, it would have been a lot better in retrospect. It's at 90%, so we could try and sneak some vills forward and pound it up at some point. Meanwhile, villagers have evened out at 75. ACCM with 20 more military. Slam with no military. Slam needs this TC to go down. Castle's at 90%. 90%. And it looks like ACCM's going to try and chain castles until he can get this up. And support. You'll be able to support that castle going up, maybe. He does a little dance with a knight or something to pull the castle fire. But Slam with a bajillion knights and camels at his door. This is looking pretty good for ACCM here. I don't know what Slam can do at this point. He's going to need some monkus. He's going to need some picus. He's going to need something that isn't nothing. And the camels are in. That needed to be quick walled out or repaired behind or something, and it was not. And the camels are in, and they're going to do damage now. And there's still no army from Slam to defend. Slam on 4 TCs. Slam. Slam up to Imp. Question mark. Why, Slam, you should not be up to Imp. You need army. Hey, this is a bad click up from Slam. I think it's a panic click up from Slam. I think it's a bit of a panic click up from Slam. I think if Slam had not clicked that up, he could have gotten some barracks down and started cranking pikemen. And maybe had pulled this game back because he had the res. And now he's lost so many vills. And I think trying to go Imp is what's going to kill Slam here. Yep, 25-0 army. It's still 16-0 now. ACCM going to be able to roam through Slam's base and find damage and deny all of these farms. And maybe even sneak this castle up at some point. Isn't Camel Archer great here? Camel Archer would be alright. The problem is Malians get that extra Pierce Armor, but I think at this point with such lead, ACCM could just add Camel Archer. This is looking pretty over. Slam maybe just trying to get to Imp. Maybe figures if he can get to Imp and get Halbs, he might be able to clear this. I think if he Imp and Halbs, then he could still do something. He just doesn't have enough farms working. I'm not sure about the stone decision. I think maybe you go to wood and you get barracks down and you get barracks and more farms down. There's also no reason for all this to be idling. We still don't have any army. We need barracks to make army. I think Slam is kind of just like, he just wants to hit Imp and then call it. He just wants to hit Imp and be like, at least I hit Imp. This one is over. ACCM's going to take this one. Look at that top bar all the way in favor of ACCM. Look at the idle villagers for Slam as well. It's ACCM snakes that castle up on the front. Slam could get a trib out. ACCM's kind of idling his army a little bit. All things considered, not really doing as much damage as he could be. Giving Slam a second to get back in it here. But already following up with camel archers behind this too. Just not being as conscious on the front with army. But macroing behind. And you can do that when you're this far ahead. I think Slam is going to call it any second now. Yep, Slam calls GG. And this best of 7 set is going to go in favor of ACCM. That was sick. Thank you to the sponsor, Mshuggah. And thank you to everybody who watched on twitch.tv/Grathrang. And thank you to everyone on YouTube. Thank you to our players Slam and ACCM. One more time, thanks to the sponsor. Okay, well, there was an explosion in the way of Meshuggah's name. Vegan mayonnaise. So thanks. But he was a sponsor, so thank you to them. We'll go over the stats real quick for this last game. And then I will sign off for the evening and from YouTube for the day. So militarily, we had 1.35, 92 to 68 KD in favor. Army high also in favor. The timeline is slow decline into Slam's eventual death. And ACCM even managed to snag a relic at some point. And there's the feudal and castle time telling not really as much of the story as you would expect. AP, oh my god. Oh, but this is Slam. This is the dejection of Slam right down here. This is, it's, get him next time, Slammy. You'll get him next time. That's going to do it for me, though, guys. So cheers, everybody who watched on YouTube. This was Slam versus ACCM.